Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Ay, still not understanding.
How's everybody doing? Hello. I was on mute talking. Everybody's live tonight, so I guess I might not be on too long, depending on, if you guys want me to stay on or want to talk about the videos I have to show today. But I'm not going to be talking about Fat Joe because everybody done overplayed their videos and disagreements regarding Fat Joe, but I do have a video that I want to show regarding hip hop. But the Fat Joe thing is viral now and everybody's weighing in and providing their opinions, and it's not it's not that big a deal, I don't think. But music has gone 12:15. The Philippines go off in the afternoon or in the evening. 22. Oh, head, where is it? I mean, what time is it over there? AM or PM? Hi, Denise. How are you? Happy holidays. Hello, Blood Moon. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. And please hit that like button. Fat Joe ain't relevant. Yeah, that's true. He's tacky. I never really cared for his music, but, people are worried about the N-word. So, but I wanted to play a video just to show you guys where hip-hop is and that, yeah, basically he's not relevant. So give me a second. And let me try to load this up. I hope this works. Hold on one second. I always have issues trying to share a video. And I kind of liked it. This one, I kind of liked it, and it explains where hip-hop has gone anyway. So, your body just take any more bad food. Coquito, no cheese. That's right. Never mix the two. Oh, my God. You're crazy, Denise.
Go worldwide, 像是了魔法 Never ever told her off 4-5 连打，每天都持续做大，不达目的不作罢，敌人心态却很尬，没办法现场很炸，就传了不乐，有功给抓。HK City boy on 生性外带路 Living that fast life, I don't wanna die slow. HK City boy on 生性外带路 You already know we don't never fuck with fire. Ke kiri, semua rasa paling right, okay ku ke kiri, lain destinasi bila right jadi ku ke kiri. Sini kah, adobo. Remixing tim Tomodachi, represent tim nyomot nasi, provokasi lolo nagi, bikin orang tua nongol lagi. Got me riding like a young man, lupa daratan like god damn. Sikat di tempat lagi sempat melesat cepat yang nyoba nyegat ku banteng. Tim Tomodachi, Monguru no trappy shit. Team Tomodachi, this is motherfucking remix shit. Tata katla swimming shit, taba this the shit. Tata step off this minute, taga down like that's the game. Alone, yang xuống, trước khi ta đi luôn. Cái đầu bình tĩnh trong mọi tình huống, dù chi hợp lý anh đưa vô khuôn. Cắm cờ xuống nơi anh từng sống tầm hồng, bảo quản bên trong chân không. 12 giờ nấu như dân chợ lớn mà anh vẫn làn cống ở bên trong số anh. Motion with the potion, body ocean all night. 这是事情让我们一起喝着的 sunrise。想当年去 clubbing， 常常听到 Ewa Ewa Ewa。即刻 out shopping baby， 拿我的卡起手。
Can you guys believe that? That's the top 10 and they haven't even hit the United States yet. That's how far this thing we call hip hop has gone, you know, and people are worried about Fat Joe and why he's saying the N-word. I bet you all those kids say the N-word. They just don't say it on their videos, but I'm sure amongst each other, when they're copying and co-opting the culture, they're doing the same thing, you know? So who gives a shit? Asians love but refuse to claim it. Well, to calm down, but you know they like it. They co-opt that culture. They co-opt the cholo culture. You know, American culture in general is around. It's worldwide. It goes around the world. Whether it be Black culture, whether it be Hispanic culture, they love it. They play everything. They will be the hip hop, K-pop in the U.S. Yeah, basically. I have the part 2 to that video if anybody wants to see it. I know Blood Moon doesn't, but if anybody wants to see it, there's a part 2. Wait, folks are tripping about that. Yes, Denise, and it's like, I'm sorry, where I'm from, that's like saying the F word, you know, like that's just in the vocabulary. It's unfortunately it's Ebonics. I thought folks claim we are all Black. I always tell people we're Black when convenient, Denise. But no conviene, you're not Black no more. So, you know, that's just how it is. You want me to play it again? I got part 2, Irby. I'm going to play part 2. Fat Joe's too pasty to pretend to be Black. Fat Joe is a nigga. He about to learn. Oh, head. Uh-oh. Somebody want to teach him something, right? Let's see if it'll happen. Let's see if they can get Joey Crack to cave in. I doubt it, but let's see if they can. I'm gonna look for part 2 of this video. I had to break it up, but give me a second.
Tuurlijk als ik spijs gaat het bak gaan. Tuurlijk als ik bid gaat het opgaan. Tuurlijk wil die mannen zo opdoen. Ik die goofy niet eens nog Carrera. Op mijn visie ik hop bij de Tesla. Bijna te laat voor mijn meeting. Fuck een mening op money geen feelings. Op een shorty just fucking geen feelings. You get the fighting but I swear I really be a lover. Is your daddy home cause I really be a motherfucker. Keep your hating to a minimum, I'm getting sick. Why the hell we listening to niggas that ain't doing shit? Damn, I think I got them scared cause they try to count me out. Made me the mafia, we the crunk out the town. Crunk music be the move, turn me to a cash cow. I can't hear my haters cut them choppers till they fucking F-R-E-P-A-L-E-S-T-I-N-E F-R-E-P-A-L-E-S-T-I-N-E ချမ်းမြူရမ်းမဲ့ပြောလဲတာကြီးခွေယူကောင်းစားတမျိုးတဲ့မင်းတို့ကမချမ်းဘူးကွမ်းနဲ့ဒါကြောင့်ကွမ်းစုကမ်းမဲ့ငါလုံးမြရန်ထူးဆန်းခဲ့တော့မင်းစိတ်ကောက်ပြီးတကမ်းဘူးရမ်းမဲ့တော့ငါကောင်တွေတန်းတူကန်နဲ့ဆော့အကောင်ကို ambulance နဲ့ခေါ်Tomo, show me the plane, jangan buat don't spot me. One day, bloodline sick like combo. Wow, we what you proud of me. Grading stars to make academy. Like a connection, they doing the math. I'm for my brother with showing the path. Kau kena tahu, Mr. Majal got Tomodachi. You ain't even known that we landed in Abu Dhabi. Kena telah 5G sampai tuduh aku touchy. Bola-bola ikut style aku, kau ni carbon copy. Straight out from Bangkok, got some good in Thailand. So the bad with my whole squad, MPT we at the target. Ride around with the big city, y'all know where the fuck we at. Lot power in me, go leave my Tomodachi, they got my back. Jacket zik bo concrete, yung ang bote na tokri. Jarang bote lagring, Himalaya wabri. 오래 따지 너니 에 지금 토모다치 간사이 간도 니시히가시 기타미나니 지금 토모다치 지금 토모다치 지금 토모다치 지금 토모다치 지금 토모다치 지금 토모다치
Yeah. Now I've never heard of this group before. Well, Tomodachi, however you say that. I never heard of them before, but the fact that they did like a world cipher off of that that beat, I guess, of that song, it was dope. It was dope to see it. And you see the Asians, like Asians using words. Yeah. And they you saw Taiwan. Taiwan was putting some English words up in there. So, they're pretty, influenced heavily by the American music. This music attack is just a psyop. The people in the Philippines more nice and enjoyable. Try that shit in province, you will disappear. Wow. Well, I see you must like the Philippines better than the United States, huh, Ohad? You're there to stay. But I just played that just to show how the music has influenced the world and other people listen to it. And in 20 years, nobody's gonna care who started it. They're just gonna piggyback up off what they know, and they're developing a culture within a culture. They're developing a culture in their own country. I don't blame them. It's black rappers that started this. There's not the rappers that are starting it, Irby, because if you realize, not one relevant rapper has said anything about this stuff. They don't even get involved in this stuff, so they don't care. Ain't no guns allowed in Asia. Oh, okay. So they're just enjoying the music. They're not want to be thugs or nothing like that. They're just enjoying the music, huh? That's not what I wanted to talk about, but I just wanted to play that just to show, that the culture has gone worldwide. It's everywhere, and they're heavily into it. They're not like starting out trying to see if it would stick or whatever. They're actually doing it, Yes, I am, but I come back to smoke weed and visit shop. Okay. Who started it won't matter because other cultures will take over and push them to the side. Yeah, just like jazz and any other thing that supposedly invented. I mean, that's what it happens. It evolves. Blood Moon music evolves and it becomes, depending on where you're at, it's going to become something else. Like, UK hip hop is different from, what we listen to here, what we just heard in Asia. It's all different. And you see the Palestine, and they're letting you know that, like, this is done. PALEST. I was like, okay, I hear you, They're killing me. So NWA started using the N-word. Yes, Irby, you said that before. And it's true. When I think about it, they were the ones that were using it heavily. It's not that we didn't hear it, but they were using it heavily in their song. Oh, head. That's you West Coast people that messed that up, huh? I think it was them. Agree with me. When the elements of hip hop hits, the psyop backfires. Well, we'll see. That's the same thing that's happening in reggaeton in Latin. Now it's Colombians and other Latin countries. Just like salsa, Denise, and even the way they even though it's been there for years, but Colombians are running with salsa now, right? Like really hard. Even the way they dance and everything is all different. I'm like, that's how they dance salsa. Everything is like different. So yeah, when other countries pick it up, and people aren't sitting there having debates daily about who started salsa or reggaeton or anything like that, and Ecuadorians for real. So it's like it's just music, and music evolves. That's just how it is. It evolves. Supposedly, really. Don't know. No doubt. Yeah, it's sad, but that's what happens. What needs to happen now is that when a genre of music comes out or is created, no matter how minute they think it is, whether they think it's going to hit commercially or not, they should just try to take ownership of it like ASAP. That's what you need to do. Just take ownership of it. Whatever it sounds like, whatever is new and different and you guys are using it, just take ownership of it. Trademark it, make it yours. Patent it, whatever you have to do to make it yours so that in the future, these kind of conversations don't need to be had saying who owns what and who's taking what, because you're going to have it on paper. You're going to make money off of it, Fat Boys solve this. And New York Breakers. Somebody. That's good, though. Seeing your culture being spread out to other people is a beautiful thing. At least that's how I see it. Yeah. Imitation is the biggest form of flattery, Denise. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. I mean, when has that become, a negative thing, I have been waiting for this trashy music to leave the U.S. China can have it and keep it. it looks like a big part of Asia, Blood Moon has it now. So they're enjoying it. They're living it up. They're really immersed in the culture. They're making it theirs, in their respective countries. It's petty and clout chasing. Yeah, old head. I think that's what it is too. And people like it. They're online. I'm like, damn, they'll get together to sit there and argue and bully, because it almost seems like bullying too, and clout chase on something negative. Like they'll take something like that and make it even worse than what it was. They should just focus on, nobody should be saying that. Why isn't the conversations? Nobody should be using that word instead of just saying, why Fat Joe saying it? Everybody says it. You could have streams and conversations for days about who says the N-word. As far as I know, Sundown's the only person that told me in Blood Moon that they don't like using that word and they don't use it. They're the only ones, that I've heard like actually say it and they don't use it, So it's like, and I kept saying that in Fighter Stream too. I kept saying there's a rapper that says my nigga. And I'm like, I can't think of the name of that rapper because I don't listen to today's music, but there's a song that's all they say. And my son was saying that, like, yeah, that's all they say. To be honest, I'm with you, Blood Moon. Hip hop was a bad turn, and everything urban for that matter. Look at the state we are in now in the States with the so-called musicians of the genre incarcerated for crimes. Sundown said, you never hear me say that word. No, I don't. And you said for sure, specifically, you said you don't say that word. You don't like to say it. So I know that for a fact. Ohes says, Blood Moon, make a rock and roll song then. You know damn well original hip hop ain't trash. That's true, Ohes. She knows it. I don't say the word, but you can't commercialize the word and then bitch and whine when folks sing to it and use it. Exactly, Denise. I'm like, if you don't want it said, then you have to stop saying that. The people who are the most offended are the ones that need to take that into consideration and say, we're going to stop it and we're not going to say it. So that when we hear other people say, we can tell them we're not using that word anymore. If they can try to stop it now anyway. Herbie said, Titi, stop lying. If somebody claimed bachata, y'all Dominicans would be having it. Yeah, people Puerto Ricans are claiming bachata, Herbie. You don't see streams about it. Oh, they're saying the first bachata player was Puerto Rican for that. I already saw all of that. And you'll see some traction, but not nothing the way this is going. Like, who cares? Fulana's awake. She claims she's looking at the stream, Blood Moon. So I don't know why she's not here. And I sent her the link too. So she says she was watching it. So, and she'll participate when she can get a second. Maybe you have to feel slavery to get it, but it's a spelling word. Well, Ohad, I'm half Cuban, half Dominican, and from my Cuban side for sure, slavery was Cuba was the last country to end slavery in the Latin American countries, and then after that it was Brazil, and that was almost the turn of the 20th century. So it's like, we're not trauma bonded now, Ohad. I mean, slavery was slavery. It's it's the fact that we're in the United States, I think. And Black people think that, they were the only ones that went through trauma. It's sad. I'm not trying to belittle it, but, it happened. But we don't have a word like that word to say, no, we don't want nobody using that word. I don't know. Blood Moon said, I don't care about who started what. I care about who makes it better. True. Ohed said the media should not be saying it at all, but hopeless, undereducated people love it. Yes. Cubans would be having if somebody takes salsa. The Cubans argue about it with Puerto Ricans all the time. I'm telling you, Herbie, that's in there already. We don't make streams about it. Salsa, where salsa came from, reggaeton, bachata, it's all out there, Herbie, where we're not all attacking each other for it. I guess it would look stupid if we were to do it. It was super long ago though. Yep, true. Hey, Nicole Bella, how are you? Thank you for stopping by. I'm serious. Like, we go about that within each other, but we don't make streams about that. I don't know. I guess it's not that serious because the music is being played and people are still enjoying it, and that's really what matters. You saw, I just told Denise in the chat, like, how Colombians are with salsa now, and to real talk, I want to do a stream next time. The Asians are doing it too, and they're the biggest ones co-opting culture. They're the biggest culture vultures. And when I show every video that I have about how they're playing American music and Latin music, you guys are gonna be like, what? So it's not just hip hop. Thank goodness for Christopher Columbus. Well, some people say thank goodness, and some people say, let's blame that mother effer because it's all his fault. I think. Because he's the one that started all this. If it wasn't for him, none of us would be here. Why don't these rappers discuss Machiavelli? Why don't they discuss something more, something that's going to make a difference or an impact in the community? That's what I said. Going back and forth about Fat Joe, who cares? Fat Joe's going to continue to make his money, regardless of who they think is actually putting money in his pocket, which I don't think is black people. He's going to continue making his money. I know reggaeton with Puerto Ricans and Panamanians making documentaries about it. Right, but it's not like you see how this Fat Joe thing is happening, Irby? That's the reggaeton thing with Puerto Ricans and Panamanians. You don't see that. You don't see that. They're not using this platform to air out their grievances. Look at it. You said a documentary. Okay. And then you can have a couple of discussions. Okay. But this back and forth with the Fat Joe thing, it's like every day I'm in different chats, like just looking at different chats. It's crazy the way this is happening. Lord, my coughing is starting again. Show is hype. Thank you, Ohed. Thank you so much. They did dancehall in Spanish. See, Denise, now you guys call it dancehall. I still think, to me, it's still reggaeton. It just evolved. Like I just said, the music evolved. It started off as like, right? Spanish dancehall, then evolved to something else. But the concept started there, correct? That's not even an argument online. Well, nobody wants to argue about that online. It's like, I don't know. We don't utilize being online for that. No, El General wasn't doing no reggaeton at all. But reggaeton is reggae. Okay, I don't even want to get into it. I don't care. I purposely avoid any lives where that Fat Joe situation is a topic. You can talk about it all day, every day, Bella. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. I mean, at the first day, okay. The second day, wow. The third day? But this is like a week right now this is happening. I think it's been 7 days since Fat Joe said all that, since that interview or that video, and people are still talking about it. Dancehall, which is Jamaican, stems from Jamaican migration while they were building the canal in Panama. That's where the Panamanians picked it up and translated. Denise is already making it against Panamanians. Because they're all doing is arguing. Exactly. It's not even constructive conversations, right, Bella? It's all arguments. Jamaican is right. Those people are not ethnically Panamanian. Correct. Nothing against Panamanians. They're great at music. Come on, the maestro Ruben Blades is Panamanian. Yup, and he's a salsa king, right? And he's not even Puerto Rican or Cuban. He's a salsa king. He plays salsa. They didn't create reggaeton. No, I'm not saying they created it. I'm saying it evolved into that because nobody listens to dancehall in Spanish anymore. That genre is over. It's like they picked it up off of that. To me, that's just my opinion. That's how I see it. Race wasn't an issue amongst niggas. Nigga, when these records were made, yeah, they didn't care. Salute original SKA. Who's SKA? I don't see SKA there. Who are you talking to? But anyway, let me play the video that I wanted to play, and then we can discuss the topics that I wanted to discuss today. So give me a second. Let me play this video. Now you see I put fake news because I put up a short a few days ago about that woman who got burned in the F train in New York City. And that was AI and that was all fake. Do you know to this day they don't even know? Hey, Big Irv, how you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by. That was fake news. That they don't even know who the woman is. The way the article is saying what information they have on the woman that got burnt last week in New York City by that Guatemalan immigrant, they're saying that she was possibly a homeless woman who was sleeping on the train. And that's, it wasn't some, it wasn't that woman. That was totally AI. That was totally made up. Excuse me. And I fell for the okie doke and I made a shorts about it. Let's see. Oh, nice. I lived in. Oh, thank you, Denise. My maternal grandparents migrated to Panama via Jamaica in the 1930s. Then they immigrated to the U.S. in the 1950s. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Irby, Denise, it sounds like hip-hop debate. You have Panamanians fighting with you if they were in the chat. No, but I think they're going to court over it, Irby. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we're not using social media as a platform to have the to have the debate. They're taking legal action, I guess, and they're doing everything behind the scenes. In other words, I thought it was her. They said that she was homeless. Right, they said that she was homeless, but the woman that I put the short on, Blood Moon, they said that she was a student and she was going to visit her grandmother. It was like, it was a big story. And then I saw it the other day when I was looking for more information, and I was like, wait a minute, they said that was a lie. They don't even know who the woman is. They're assuming that she's homeless. Wait, that story about the burning woman is fake? No, not the story about the burning woman, who the woman was. I posted a short, Nicole, I don't know if you've seen it, where they said it was a 29-year-old white woman who was getting her PhD somewhere and she was visiting her grandmother. And that's a lie. The woman that got burnt that day, they don't know. They haven't identified her yet. They don't know who she is. They're trying to allude to the fact that she's homeless. That's what they're trying to say. Panamanian and Equator people, the circa diem, God, Ohed. These big words. Irby, they can fight all they want, but there's no proof they created shit. Reggaeton is a hip-hop based dance hall. But dance hall's Jamaican, Denise, and there's a plethora of evidence of that. Oh, wow. I heard she was homeless. Yeah, that's what they're trying to say, Nicole. They're trying to say that she was homeless. God, I hope you guys don't hear that train. I hear the train hard. But, so yeah, I wanted to show that part of the video that said that it was fake news because I got to take down that video anyway because it was fake. That was a total lie. Now, let me see if I can find that article about the guy that burnt that woman on this train station. And I have a video to show about that as well. Give me a second. Thought I had this ready. Un momento, people. My apologies. Oh my God, I had everything ready. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Ay, Dios. Oh, here it is. That's why. I had it on another channel. All right. All right. So this I got from the Associated Press. And it says that New York City officials are using forensics and video surveillance to identify the woman who burned to death on that subway car in Brooklyn, while the man accused of lighting her on fire was indicted by a grand jury on state charges. the prosecutors announced on Friday. The guy's name, the one that burnt that woman, is Sebastian Zapeta, 33, and he is accused of setting the woman's clothes ablaze aboard a stopped train in the Stillwell Avenue station on Sunday morning. We're still talking about reggaeton. I hate when people type the same ish more than once. So annoying. Philly and Boston, New York City started hip hop as a whole off of black music. Can't y'all see? Even Fat Joe's a nigga. Yeah, nigga, old head. That's what it is. So he's been indicted. He's being charged. The charge carries a maximum sentence of life in prison without parole. So let's say they charge him for that. If it's life in prison, he won't do time and then get deported. He'll just stay here till the day he dies, you know? So who knows? Hold on, here we go. I don't know why online there's commercials as well. So the New York City Police Commissioner described this case as one of the most depraved crimes that one could possibly commit against another human being. I have a video too, but it's sad the way it went down. And if you look at the guy, he looks crazy. He really looks crazy. The police say that 3 high schoolers called 911 after recognizing the person in the image, and the officers found him on another subway train in the same gray hoodie, wool hat, and paint-splattered pants and tan boots. So this guy's the U.S. Immigration Customs said that Zapeta is a Guatemalan citizen who entered the U.S. illegally after previously being deported in 2018. So it's unclear as to when he re-entered the U.S. So they said at the arraignment in Brooklyn Criminal Court earlier this week, a prosecutor alleged that Zapata approached the woman on the train and set her clothing on fire. He waved the shirt at her to fan the fire, to fan the flames, causing her to become engulfed in flames, and then sat on a bench and watched. Isn't that man sick? Hey, Hood Therapy, what's up? Oh my God, what's going on with old head? Dios mío. Let me play that video of this loco that burnt this woman, yo. And then there's going to be something similar to that as well. Let me see. Okay, let me play this video. Let me let it load. I support it, Blood Moon. Dios mío. How you doing, Miss Hood? Hit that like button, people. The dude sitting on the bench was watching, was wild. Yes, Hood. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that one, Blood Moon. I just wanted to show this one first.
This family, this is a person right here. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, bro. Yo. Fuck. Oh, no.
Did you guys see him? He was just sitting there watching while everybody else was, going crazy. That is crazy. He was just sitting there watching. I don't know. I don't know what this world's coming to. Another person. Okay, she said that. Yeah, guys. But imagine that. Did you guys see what he looked like? He looked crazy, and he says he doesn't remember. Was that the cop? No, that was a bystander. One of the people that had their cell phones out watching the whole thing happen. Blumman, we've been so desensitized. That's the first thing people do. Like, I'm like, damn, nobody. And it's wintertime in New York, so nobody took off their coat and tried to turn the flames off. I don't think she would have died had somebody tried to, take their coat off and throw it on her and jump. I mean, I've seen that in the movies. Like, they'll cover the person and pat them dry. They'll still be burnt, but I don't think they would have died. Like, but who knows how long she was sitting there and that fire. So it engulfed her, but how long was she sleeping until she figured out she was burning, right? Like, I think she must have been burning for more than 2 or 3 minutes, at that, I don't know. I would have been traumatized if I would have seen that. So I don't know how people would just. I know Trump is going to exploit this. Yeah, you know he is. I'm sure. I think he said something already, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he definitely is going to exploit that. And it was a cop, Blue Moon? I thought it was a bystander, the way he was talking, like, because the cop shouldn't have been that far from the scene. He should have been there. But they did say police were they were in the station, but on the other side of the platform. So it could have been that as well. And sadly, there's a copycat of that. Let me see if I can find that video. Somebody else did the same exact thing. And I think this happened yesterday. I think Blum sent it to me yesterday or something. I don't know if it happened yesterday or the day before that. But there was a copycat incident. It's sad. Okay, I couldn't do it this way. I got to do it this way. All right. Let me see. All right, give me a second.
Country. The NYPD saying they responded around 8 last night to a man on fire where they found a 67-year-old man with burn injuries to both legs and his upper body. Now, we did learn he was rushed to a hospital with injuries that the fire department says were deemed life-threatening. Police say the investigation is ongoing and no arrests at this point have been made. And of course, you probably are familiar with this case at this point because this comes just days after a sleeping woman was set on fire, burned alive in a Brooklyn subway, killing her. A Brooklyn grand jury indicted Sebastian Zepeda on charges of murder and arson in that case. New York City Mayor Eric Adams has urged the feds to file federal charges against the Guatemalan native who ICE does confirm was in the country illegally. A lot to discuss here, and I do want to talk more about it, so let's bring in Kirk Burkhalter, the criminal law professor there over at New York Law School and a former NYPD detective. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today.
You're quite welcome.
All right, so first off, the big question here I have to ask you overall, what goes through your mind as you hear about another person being found essentially at a very busy location and they do have burns? Obviously, there's concern there from a lot of people.
Oh, my goodness. A lot goes through my mind. First, personally, I was about 100 yards or so from that very spot yesterday evening. My daughter and I went to a Broadway show and we passed through that corridor, and I pass through that corridor all the time. So it's rather concerning because of the depravity of the act. And unfortunately, this is not something new. We see the homeless victimized all across the country, but in particular in our largest cities quite often. And it seems that it's often for entertainment, setting them on fire and such. It's just a horrible crime. So that's really what runs through my mind, just the depravity of the act of harming someone who is completely helpless and at one of the most vulnerable points of their lives.
And I do want to talk more about the situation with Sebastian Zepeda because we've learned a lot of information over the last week. One thing we don't know, by the way, is the identity of the woman who was killed just yet. NYPD says they are still working to piece that together.
I believe these people are homeless. I think if it was, people that were not homeless, they would have came forward with some information by now. Somebody would have been looking for them. They would have, filed a missing persons report or something. So it's sad. Diti, I know people who have told me they never close their eyes for a quick nap on a train because it's dangerous. I used to do it, Nicole. I mean, if I'm coming from work, this happened in broad daylight on a Sunday. If I'm coming from work, and I'm tired, I'll close my eyes. I mean, I'll still be able to hear what's going on. Each stop, I know where I'm at. I never fell asleep to the point that I woke up like, oh my God, I missed my stop. But I've definitely closed my eyes on the train on my way home from work or something like that. So the thing that I think people used to be more scared of, not so much falling asleep on a train, Nicole, they used to be scared of standing too close to the edge of the platform and being pushed. That's the real thing. Like, you know, when people want to see if the train is coming, people don't stand too close to the edge of the platform anymore because people will push you. I have seen people get slapped. Nasty men sitting down next to a woman trying stuff. I never do it. You never do what? You never fall asleep? I got a video about what happened to somebody on the train. What happened to somebody on a train, yo? New York City trains is scary. Let me see if I'm able to upload this one because I had to share the last one. I heard the train was always wild with criminals in New York. Millions of people ride the train every day, Irby, and no, I mean, to me, it doesn't happen like that all the time. So let me see if I can find that. This isn't a slap, but this is things that happen on the train as well. Oh, 1 second. I do look to see if the train is coming. I'm aware of my surroundings, though. Yeah, everybody does it. You always have to keep your head on a swivel when you're on a train station. Like, you know, you pay attention to who's around you. You're looking to see if the train is coming. Like, you just got to be aware of so many things. It's crazy. Bernard Goetz. Yeah, Bernard Goetz. Crazy. But he was supposedly a vigilante, Irby.
I knew he was gonna do that shit.
No, that shit crazy, nigga.
I knew it. I knew it. I've seen that. I'm holding your phone in your hand.
No, what the fuck?
I knew he was gonna do that shit.
No, that shit crazy, nigga.
I knew it. I knew it. I've seen that. I'm holding your phone in your hand.
Isn't that crazy? And you looking at your cell phone, they took it. It's crazy. I tell my daughter all the time to stop using the phone on the train. Yeah. People sit there and they watch you and they take it and they run. And even walking down the street, Blood Moon, they'll do it walking down the street. She does it anyway. Everybody does it, Blood Moon. It's not like, oh, wow, I finally caught somebody, you know, using their cell phone. Everybody has that's crazy. Everybody has their cell phone in their hand. Blood Moon, 20 years ago, this wasn't a thing. It's crazy how everybody has their cell phone in their hand. We do everything from our phones. It's crazy. You don't? When I was about 21, 22, a man sat next to me. The train was crowded, so I didn't think much of it. Anyway, I was wearing a skirt, and he tried putting his hand under my skirt, daytime, and I was wide awake. Oh, my God. That's crazy. Yo, I would have went crazy. I would have made a scene. I would have went crazy on the train. I would have went crazy on the train. There's no way in hell you're going to do some crap like that. That is crazy. Many people still read books. That's where I read most of my books, Blood. That's when I started reading my books heavily again, when I started having to take the train because my job moved so far that I had to drive my car to a place parking and actually catch the train. So, you know, on my way to and from work, that's where I would read my books. I read all the time. Denise said that's what happens when we penalize people like Daniel Perry. Oh, I got a video on that, and I wanted to discuss that, people. I saw that on the bus. I yelled at him. She was a kid. Yeah, like, you know, you have to do that. You have to, you know, publicly embarrass them and probably get them fucked up. I know they wanted to beat them up, because that's usually what happens. If there's any men around them and they hear that you did something like that to a woman or to a kid, a young girl, forget about it. They will beat the crap out of them for doing some crap like that. Let me see if I can get the video of Daniel Perry. I screamed and ran to another train car. I hear you. But it's a shame. Like, you know, like I said, millions of people ride it, and you got to deal with that crap. That's crazy. All right, let me play this video. Let me see if I can play it. Oh, it's scary. I'm so glad I don't take the train. I haven't taken the train faithfully like that, like in over a decade. So way over a decade. And my son never got on the train. When he used to get on the train, he thought it was an adventure. I was like, huh, this little boy doesn't even know. All right, give me a second. Let me play this video. Okay, still processing. Let's see. So I deleted these. Let's see. What's sadder is the dudes that are afraid to help out. We had this conversation after this video sundown. I'm gonna play that video that we had a conversation on. I don't know if you remember that extensive conversation we had about helping people out, and nobody wanted to help this passenger on the train, which was sad, you know. And then when you do help and something happens, then you're being ridiculed for it. So it's like, you know, you don't know if you should help or if you shouldn't.
This video was recorded in the Broadway Lafayette subway station in Manhattan last May 1st at 2:24 p.m. The woman filming, Yvette Rosario, has just witnessed a struggle in her subway car. The man in the white t-shirt being held on the floor is Jordan Neely. He is 30 years old, homeless, and diagnosed with schizophrenia. He boarded the train at the previous stop. Witnesses say Neely entered the car and immediately began threatening passengers, saying he was, quote, ready to die and would kill a motherfucker. Daniel Penny, a 24-year-old student and former Marine from Long Island, took Neely to the ground and put him in a chokehold. He's the blonde guy there, restraining Neely. These 6 minutes will change everything for both men. Neely will be rushed to the hospital and declared dead. Penny will go to a police precinct where his statement will kick off a legal case that's ongoing right now in Manhattan. It's one that could land him in prison for 15 years.
Okay, so obviously this was before the verdict, right? And he got off. But, you know, Black Lives Matter people came out and said that what he was doing was excessive, said that he shouldn't have intervened, said that that chokehold was a killer hold, you know, to kill him. But you see that he was holding on to him like that. He was the one that had him in the chokehold. But there were other people there. Like, why didn't they notice that he, I guess, was at the point where he couldn't breathe? Like, you know, he was still alive. They should have all held him until the cops got there. Well, they did hold him, but I guess the chokehold and plus whatever he was doing is what got him like that. Well, you know, he got off, right, Nicole? He's off. First it was a hung jury, then they retried him again, and he got off. He didn't get no time, no probation, no nothing. So it's like, you know, that's why I wanted to talk this. I was going to do this weeks ago about vigilantism and, you know, when should you enter and intervene with something like this? Like, you know, when is it appropriate to step in depending on what's going on with the person? Like he said he was ready to die, you know, and the article said, you know, the people were nervous, like, oh my God, here we go. Because, you know, you're sitting in the train is moving. There's no way to get out. So, you know, if the person's acting, you know, irrational like that, you're like, oh my God, like, well, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if he's yelling like that, if he's going to pull out a gun and knife, if he's going to go run and attack you, like, you know, and you're stuck, the train is moving, there's no, it's not like a bus where you tell the bus driver, stop, like, you know, I want to get out. You're stuck on the train until it stops somewhere, and who knows what's going to happen. If it's an express train, then you got mad stops to go, and you're not going to stop no time soon, you know, and if it's a local train, then you got to wait till the next stop. He didn't mean to end him. It was an accident. But the other men there should have sat him down and held him there. They all did, like, you know. Oh, I see what you're saying. They should have sat him down and held him there. That's true. No, I didn't know he got off. I didn't remember the outcome of the trial. Yeah, he got off. He's free with no charges whatsoever. And that's what people were upset about. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, okay, I think it was excessive, right? Perhaps the chokehold, or it didn't even seem like a chokehold. And I want Sundown, if he can, to explain that hold. Like, he was in the military, so he learned that in the military. I don't know if that's to restrain somebody and just incapacitate them, or that's a hold to actually kill them. Like, was that the intent? Is that what he wanted to do? Was like to kill him? I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. But this is another video I wanted to play because, you know, hold on a second. Let me just make sure. Yeah, people will say somebody should have jumped in and said something when something bad happens. You know, like if that person would have acted irrational and would have attacked somebody, then they would have said, damn, you should have did something, you know? Copycat psyops is a problem. I think so. I think so. Salute Sunday. I don't know where he went, Irby. My motto is whenever something's bizarre is going on, I get up and move to another train car. Yeah, it's better safe than sorry, especially when I used to have my son with me. Oh God, I was so glad that I didn't have to I had my car back then, so I didn't have to I had my car back then, so I didn't have to take my son anywhere on a train, thank God. But I was lucky at that moment. Like, not everybody's that lucky, like, and not so much lucky, but had the convenience of using a vehicle rather than using public transportation. I just had choices, thank God. Let me play this video. And we talked about this, Sundown. Remember this video?
Mother. Get up!
Oh, but now they didn't show the whole video. I don't know if you guys remember, that guy was acting crazy and he started kicking the glass window above the seats. He was just kicking it and kicking it and kicking it until the train stopped and then he got off. But dude, imagine that. Like, should somebody like Daniel Perry have stepped in and grabbed him in the chokehold and subdued him until the authorities got there? Look how he grabbed that woman. That unfortunately James Neely never got to touch anybody. He didn't touch anybody. He was a regular, like, in that area on the train doing his Michael Jackson impersonation. So, you know, should somebody had grabbed this dude who actually touched somebody, like he assaulted her. He grabbed her by the hair and sat her down, then picked her up and threw her, towards the other end of the car, and nobody did nothing. Nobody did nothing. And that day, that was Father's Day 2022, I think we were talking about that. And the men were saying that no, they wouldn't have done anything. They're not going to jump in. They don't know if they should jump in. What if he had a gun or a knife? And they had to worry about their safety. So you're just going to sit there and watch this woman, God knows what could happen to her because you're afraid to jump in and step in. So I don't know. See how that Asian lady immediately got up and moved? Oh, well, that's me. I'm not waiting around for nothing. Yeah, I would have got up and moved too, but I would have looked at the men like, dude, come on, two of y'all could have took that man down. You know what I'm saying? He's just acting crazy. He was tall and skinny. I don't know if he had any strength in him. A couple of men could have subdued him, but nobody wanted to jump in. And she said, "This ain't help me." It's crazy. Oh, I don't know. It's crazy. So I don't know. It nobody wants to jump in. Nobody wants to help. I don't know. But that's the world that we live in today. And the first thing people do is pull out their cell phones. They don't think to help. They just think to pull out their cell phone. Like the lady whose cell phone got stolen. Nobody got up to go get the dude. One dude ran behind him, but he didn't run fast enough. Dude was dead. Dude was gone with the phone. So It's sad, but what do you do? When do you intervene? What criteria have to come into play for you to say, you know what, I'm going to do something to help somebody, or you're going to say, F that, I'm not doing jack, you know? Nicole, I'm Asian, I'm learning to bounce. Shoot, you said that they don't carry guns, so that means that you don't have to really worry about things like that. Not that it doesn't happen, but I guess you would get stabbed before you would get shot. I don't know. But that's what I see. And New York City got the magnifying glass on them, the microscope, because there's so much crap going on over there now. You're not doing nothing, Irby? Damn, Irby, that's why. That's the thing, that the people don't help because they think that the attacker will turn on them. But isn't that the risk that you're going to take, that the attacker is going to turn on you? That, I mean, I don't know. People didn't think about that before. Okay, so in that situation, you where the person's going to attack you, right? In the James Neely situation as well, and poor James Neely, he had mental issues too. So it's like, you know, and I think, I don't know, he didn't walk around with a sign saying I got issues, I got mental issues, I'm not going to do anything, I'm just having a bad day. Like, you know, I'm not fighting crazy people. I don't know, Irby. Things like that only happen occasionally. It's the same. Yeah. But it's sad though, but people say, like, you know, in this guy's case, that he jumped in and the guy died, and then they wanted to prosecute him. What they should do is have a law, like if you, and maybe that'll still deter men, and I'm saying men from doing it. It might deter men from doing it. No, not even so much deterrent, that if there's a situation like that and they have to subdue somebody and it might end up in that person's death, then there should be some sort of law that would protect the person who intervened, you know? I can't intervene because I will not be there to intervene. I'm out as soon as I see something about to go down. I don't know too much on that case. Damn, Irby. You said you a tall, brolic man. For real? You ain't doing nothing, Irby? You know, what are you? You young and strong for no reason? Like, so tú no sirves. That's what it is? You're not going to do nothing? It's sad. Back in the day, when I used to take the trains, and I used to take the bus, or if I'm even walking at night, and I always like to walk where there's a lot of people, because I was always like, my mentality was, if somebody tried to do something to me, somebody will be around and try to intervene. I never doubted that if I'm there and some dude is in my face yelling at me and talking crap or whatever, and, you know, about to hit me or do something, that I can see men intervening. Like, I know it won't go, but so far they'll say, yo, what's up? What you doing? Especially if I'll be like, he's not my boyfriend, he's not my husband, he's nothing to me. Like, they'll be like, oh, he's just some random trying to talk some crap like that to you. Men will step up and intervene. I don't know too much on that case. That's a shame, Irby. Hold on 1 second. Who is this? Oh my God, I'm afraid to add you to the stage.
Why?
Hello.
It's me. You do know me.
I don't know you.
It's Ohead.
Ohead, I've never seen your face. I've never seen your face. Oh, he's handsome. Oh, how you doing?
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you. I didn't know that. I didn't know that till you told me. I didn't know that.
I've never seen you. So you're in the Philippines, huh? It's daylight. Okay, so it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Almost 1 o'clock, I'm assuming. Nice. Okay, nice. Wait a minute. I did see your face. I think I saw a video and you had a monkey. Didn't you have a monkey? You have a pet monkey, right? Yes. Okay, yeah. I did see it. It says Straight Zilla. It say 22 Ronin.
That's my new channel.
Oh, okay. I'm going to sub to that channel. So what's
that? I don't know what it's.
Huh?
But let's say 2 times business. I don't know who that is. I didn't put that. I'm getting hacked, man.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't put 2 times business in there. But I'm gonna fix that hacking stuff. When I get my new channel, they won't be able to do that. And plus, I'm getting off streaming. I'm gonna get Restream, which is a better platform. It's more stable.
I was thinking about that, but I don't know. I'm so used to this. It's like, you know, it's like teaching an old dog new tricks. I'm kind of old too, old head. And I'm like, God, I can relearn something again.
It's too easy to hack it. You know what? I am tech savvy, but I don't have time for this.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear
Yeah,
you.
I'm not gonna be. I'm not too like my channel is. I don't put too much effort into it. but look, everything you're saying is making perfect sense. It's a psyop because how the people acted, and they can't get enough stupid people to go along with it.
True. So
And
true.
with Daniel Penny, guy gets on the train talking crazy. Happens every day, right?
Yep.
But, and you know what? End of the day is they'll do anything but help.
No, they'll have their phones out first so they can record it. Say, let's see what's going to happen. This is probably going to go viral. Like, let me, record.
Yeah, but but if someone's getting killed on the train, okay, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Hey, that's enough.
Right.
And then you start talking every. But I would have told them both before it happened. Both of you sit your stupid asses down.
But so Daniel Perry had
Nicole, yes.
right. Then
Nicole,
there was a black
yes.
guy on the other side of him and a white guy on the other. There was 3 people there. There was 3 men there.
Yeah, but it's a dynamic when the white dude probably jumped on them first, and everybody and then everybody else followed suit. But I'm like, I'll tell them both to shut up and sit down. I'm whooping everybody's ass.
But I'm saying there were 2 other people there observing.
Yeah, but
there was a white woman there as well.
Yeah, but after he's choked out, it's enough. I'm trained to kill.
You were in the military, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna come back.
Military, or you were?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not trained to kill. Like it ain't like that, man. He knew better than to kill him. He knew better than to kill him. And when I look at him, man,
you think he did it purposely?
Man, he's a Marine with that kind of haircut.
Marines are a little off anyway, but
it's facts. But hey,
the service, they're a little off, so they already have. They come out with mental issues. In other words, right? They might go in straight, but they come out with mental issues.
Hey, Daniel Penny, just look at him.
Yeah, he's not an attractive dude, but I don't know. Subway Fire and Fat Joe.
Okay. Yeah, I can't say what I'm saying. He wouldn't do that for me.
Okay, so if James Neely came into the train that you're on, yelling and screaming that, you would have just let him be?
I probably give him $1 or $2 if I had it in my pocket. Give him $1 or $2. Hey man, calm down like that. Hey man, what he really needed was help, because if you're homeless, you're not eating right, you will be crazy.
But let's say that after you try to give him some money and he slaps your hand and be like, I don't want that shit, blah, 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 and he starts acting irrational. What's your next recourse?
He ain't slapping down no fat fried crispy.
You never know. If they're aggressive, the money's not what they want.
Okay, I've been crazy before. People that's crazy understand money.
Okay, true. Yeah, they'd be crazy for some things, right? They're like, wait a minute,
I mean, he was. How I know he was crazy. He used to be a Michael Jackson impersonator. That's how I know he's crazy.
Yeah. Aww.
But not every Michael Jackson impersonator, but if he did that, he's probably crazy. I'm sorry.
Look what Nicole said. My ex is a Marine, so that's actually it's sad, but every Marine I know, well, men in the military, I'm sorry, to me, most of you guys are a little, but the Marines.
When I say fag, I don't mean your husband. Sorry, but you know what I'm talking about. He know what I'm talking about, though. He know. Yeah, but man, your show is fire every time, man. I just want to give you your props. No, he didn't have to kill him. He didn't have to kill him.
Yeah. But see, I don't know. He was still. Okay, go ahead.
He acted like dude jumping on the chain. Said, "I'm gonna kill you, Daniel Penny." That's how he reacted.
But that particular chokehold, isn't that how they train you in combat in the service?
They don't train a chokehold when I was there. Matter of fact, it's illegal. It's illegal to the police force. So for him to put that move on him was probably the only move he knew.
Now you see what Blood Moon said? He said, "You guys are seeing too much into this. He was a mental patient, threatening people, and held him a bit too tight. It was not intentional."
Blood Moon, Hey, but boy, I'm not mad. I'm willing to debate with you on any subject. You can come to my channel, Straight Godzilla, and we can talk about anything. I like you, man. I like you. But
she's a feisty little woman.
Oh, she's a woman? I didn't know.
Yeah, she's a woman.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I mean, I okay, but I thought the military are held by different standards.
I don't think that's fair.
Can or cannot do doesn't necessarily apply to military.
No, he may use his Marines to get out of trouble. Right. But I don't think it's fair. You know, he should be a Class A civilian. But I think that you can open the door to kill people. That's he came in there. Now look, that dude went crazy. He needed help, so he's yelling. But he had too much pride to say, "I need help." Right. I'm gonna kill everybody on here.
Right? You know what happened to his mother? His mother was killed by her boyfriend when he was a teenager, and he put her in a suitcase and dumped her in the Henry Hudson. I think it was the Parkway. It's like a freeway.
Yep. He gets probably he got a summer of treatment and let him go.
Yeah, he was homeless at the time.
They would do anything but help. Now, a motherless guy gets on a train screaming. We don't know that. But the thing is this. You can subdue him for the cops and say he did this, he did that. Cops probably let him go.
Yeah, he didn't spend time in jail. He went to trial, but he wasn't in jail awaiting trial like most people do, you know?
No. The victim. Oh. They'll do anything but help. They'll do anything but help this situation. This situation has been going on for decades.
Yeah, but before it used to be that they'll commit you to the hospital, then they let you out on the street, and then they started locking you up. Jail.
But what other subway system that happens on? Now, LA subway system.
No. New York City, you see everything, and I even the people who you think are homeless. There used to be an Asian lady when I used to take the D train to work, and no lie, I was like, this woman's out here every day begging for $1, dirty as hell. You mean to tell me if she works from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., she makes more money than I do?
$60,000 a year.
I'm sure. So I'm like, this woman collects her money, she goes home, takes a shower, and she relaxes. And like, she only works 4 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Hey, she don't mind being dirty for, you know what I'm saying? Like roll around in the mud when she get on there. But that hustle drying up.
Man. Blood Moon, he went to jail. The article I read didn't show that he was in jail.
He made bail. I mean, he made bail. He beat the case, but what does Trump come in, take him to the football game and all that shit?
James Neely's boyfriend, Nicole. James Neely's mother's boyfriend killed his mother and put her in a suitcase and tossed her somewhere when he was about 14. That's what drove him crazy.
So it maybe it's a crazy gene.
He was traumatized. Then that triggered it, right? But that's a traumatizing situation, like, because they said that he felt guilty that he wasn't able to help his mother because when he tried to talk to his mother, the boyfriend wouldn't let him in the room to talk to her. So he went to school. When he came back, he still didn't talk to his mother, but he didn't realize that the boyfriend had killed the mom. And that same day, he put her in a suitcase and tossed her body.
Messed him up to the point where he could not function regularly. But we didn't know that when he got on the train. We didn't know that. But you didn't have to kill him. But then again, you didn't have to kill him.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. And you know what? This is why people like my boy was saying just earlier. You don't get involved because if you do get involved, you don't know if you're gonna be all over the news. Everybody going through all your history. Everybody going through all your shit and painting you like this, painting you like that.
What if he would have attacked? What if if Perry would have said, I'm not gonna do anything, and he would have wanted to attack somebody and hurt her, then what? Like, you know, and people knew
that's what I mean that's what I mean by crazy people.
Yeah, my mother said she used to see him all the time.
Hey, tomorrow's gonna happen. Somebody will get on a train stabbing everybody.
That's what I'm saying. So then when do you know when it's justified? Like, when do you know,
Well, in LA, the cops get on the train at random, checking everybody's tickets.
In New York City, well, there's no tickets to check, but there's usually police officers on the platforms. Sometimes they're on the trains. It's just like you'll never know. There's 470.
So they're coming to the train checking tickets at random.
Okay. So that's good. I mean, anything can happen because it's random. You don't know when they're going to be there, and they don't know when something's going to happen.
They could be on the platform before you hit the train. It could be on the train platform, or come in the train, ask for tickets at random.
Right.
Or when you get off the train, they're going to be when you get off the train. But you're going to get one of those three every ride. Yeah. In New York, they know how to solve this. Look at other cities and how they're doing it. How come this shit only happens in New York all the time? It's allowed.
Pay for it. And all the money's going to the migrants. There's no money in the budget to add more officers on detail in trains and
They skipped over here, and when they got here, they got 30 brats apiece, and they called back home. Hey, it's popping.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
What avatar should talk about? By the way, thank you for getting rid of that Mantis avatar thing that was making my skin crawl. Is that what you had?
Thank you. That's what we're supposed to do.
Make your skin crawl? Shoot.
Yeah, to calm down. Yeah, you need that. DJ, you're too squeamish.
Everybody drives to Florida, Irby. You have that problem. In New York City, you have public transportation. People don't
what did that do for car sales?
Nothing, because there's people that have to take the train. It's like it's not even an option. You just hope that you're not stuck on a train with a crazy person who might hurt you.
Well, yesterday, a dude went to go to get gas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lady put a light under his car and lit it on fire.
Somebody lit her car on fire?
Yeah, at the gas station.
Oh my
God! She wanted to have to blow that motherfucker up.
The gas station could have blew up.
One second. Hold on, I gotta reload my page because someone called me.
Okay. Hold on.
I'll be right back. I can't hear you.
Okay. I'm trying to go on to the next topic because I guess we can go around and around regarding Daniel Perry with James Neely. It's just unfortunate that he had passed away, because he did have problems and, he needed help. He didn't need to die. He needed help, but unfortunately, that's what happened. It's sad. It's so sad. Okay. Let me see if I can upload this video. But again, a lot of things are going on in New York City, and the world is getting worse. Like, things are just getting worse. I feel bad. What you said? It's almost bedtime? Shut up. And I got to work tomorrow too, so definitely past my bedtime. I'm here talking, so as long as you people stay engaged, I'll stay here talking. How do I do? Okay, let me see if I can drop the link again. Hasn't even been 2 hours, so not too bad. I really want to discuss this and see what you guys feel about this one, though. Let me see. Okay, still processing. But the next topic is and I don't know if Blood Moon's gonna want to look at it, but there's a lot of parts that were blurred, but the Attorney General somebody put out that video, so it's out there if you want to see it. Titi Ronan was saying about transit cops randomly checking tickets. Is that how they do on the PATH train? You know what? I never seen a transit cop on a PATH train. I used to take the PATH. Wait. I'm getting confused with the light rail. No, I didn't see cops on the PATH. I didn't see cops on the PATH or the light rail, even though the light rail is a short ride. But I didn't see any cops on the PATH trains. Checking tickets is how they do it on the path. I didn't see any cops on the path trains. I used to get off in Pavonia, Newport, so I didn't see it. I got a job interview tomorrow, so I should be going to bed also. Yeah, you should be. Oh man, hold on. Let me see if the video came up. So I want to prepare you guys. I'm going to show the video, even though it blurred out the parts that nobody needs to see about oh my God, what's this gentleman's name? The guy that died because of the COs in that jail in upstate New York. Oh Lord, let me see. I don't know why this resets. I have it in a certain spot and it resets. Robert Brooks. The inmate's name was Robert Brooks. I will come back. I don't want to see that. The light rail. Oh, not the path. Yeah, I never seen it on the light rail. Nicole, I never seen a checking tickets. No. Because don't you gotta buy it before you get on a light rail, Nicole? You gotta purchase it. Oh yeah, but you could still just walk down and walk in. That's right. But no, I never seen it. Yep, they'd be on the light rail. Really? Okay. Then I've been in Texas for over 10 years, so I don't know when they started that. Maybe they started it recently, but I hadn't seen it when I used to take the light rail. All right, let me play the video now.
The beating death of an inmate in a New York prison at the hands of multiple state corrections officers.
The encounter happening on December 9th at Marcy Correctional Facility, that's in Oneida County, located about 7 miles outside of Utica. Brooks died at a hospital the day after the assault.
Attorney General Letitia James released the recordings to shed some light on her investigation.
4 officers had their body-worn cameras powered on, but did not activate them. So their cameras were recording video in standby mode without recording sound.
The Attorney General says that attack was unprovoked. Brooks had just been transferred from another prison.
A medical examiner later described his cause of death as asphyxia due to compression of the neck. A total of 13 corrections officers and a nurse have been implicated in this attack.
Yeah, I think the way I saw it, I think that he was already dead, and they just kept beating him. Unfortunately, it was so sad. It was so sad, and I don't know what happened. Like they said, they transferred him from one jail to another. I guess you got to go through medical. I don't know if he was declared. Like they said that maybe he has some mental issues and he had to get cleared through the hospital at the jail first. But I think about 4 or 5. They were already under investigation. Most of those COs for mistreating inmates in jail. And I know in New York City, New York State. Those are the people that are employed in those prisons all live in that town. Like that's their bread and butter. Like they the women, the men, they all work there. The men are usually COs. The women's usually work in other parts of the facility. But that's like people that live in that town. They work in the jails. That's where they make their money. So it's crazy. And I heard since that's like the boonies up there, it's they're very racist over there. They're hella racist. So it's crazy. I remember making a mistake of watching a video of an inmate who was brutally attacked in New Jersey, County Jail, and I couldn't stop having flashbacks about it. Yeah, that is so sad. That is so sad. But it happens, you know. I forgot somebody was telling me that when they go to jail like that, like you have to stay in contact with people because they notice the ones that don't have visits, that don't make calls, that don't get letters and things like that, and nobody cares about them, and things like that happen to them. They said that they'll mistreat them, they'll treat them bad. All of them COs beating on one man is crazy. Did you hear that? All those cops are being reviewed, and a nurse, like the nurse was involved. What did the nurse do? It's sad, and he did most of his time. They said, because I was trying to see, you know, what led him in jail, and they said that he went to jail for aggravated assault, and he got like, I don't know, 12 to 18 years. And the person that he assaulted was his girlfriend. Now, all I got was her last name was Rivera, and he had stabbed her in the neck, the side, and the back. And then, you know, he got locked up. He went to trial. They convicted him, and he got locked up. CO's getting arrested. Yeah, and unfortunately, that's not like an isolated case. This happens. This is something that happens, and you know they feel that they can get away with it, that they can do that. It's sad. And this guy's, I don't know I don't know what's gonna happen with this case, but that was like a lot. You saw he was trying to fight back. Rivera, yeah, that was the girlfriend or the wife's last name, Irby Rivera. He was trying to kick them to stop and everything, but the guy was holding him by the neck and punching him at the same time. Like he knew the guy couldn't go nowhere. So that wasn't even a chokehold like the other guy, what Daniel Perry did to James Neely. This guy had him like he had, I don't know what you call it, like a claw grip on his throat while the others were beating on him, and they were lifting him up and dropping him down. And I know I'm being graphic about it, but it's just like I saw it and I'm just like, it's unbelievable to me. It's like I don't know what kind of, I guess you could kind of say I'm kind of desensitized in the fact that I can recant it and look at it and say, my God, I can't believe they actually did that. Like what goes through your mind when you're doing that to a person? Like, even though the person's in jail, you're like, yeah, he's locked up, he's in jail. But what goes through your mind while you're doing that? When you know, they know that person, they know he was going to die. What they thought he was going to survive it. And if he survived it, he would have barely survived, you know, that beating that it would have took him forever to recover from that. If he would have survived, like what would he have looked like if he had survived? What condition would his face have been, his arms, his legs, his back, you know? Those COs need to be charged federally. They probably will. They're not COs. They're criminals. It's sad, Irby. It's sad. The way they did it, it's sad. It's sad. They didn't, I don't know. Like I said, you know, they have families, right? After the families work at the jail, you know, that they put the video out there. So that means if they have children like that are of age, they can see that on video. They can, anybody that they know can see them do that. And what are they go home and, you know, you see your husband doing something like that. You like cool with that? You like, my husband is horrible. He's a bad person. Like, what the F? Did you find out the reason for them beating him up? They haven't said no reason for why they're beating him up. I didn't see that. I looked for it, Blood Moon. Let me see if I can read the article. But they didn't have no reason for it. And they didn't say it in the video I just put down there. 3 of the 13 guards implicated in a savage beating of Robert Brooks has been accused in lawsuits of earlier attacks in New York. Hold on. Oh, now you want me? Oh, hold on a second. Earlier, I didn't have to sign into this shit. All right, let's go. Okay. I'll bring up the freaking article. This is the New York Times. I never had to sign into the New York Times. All right. So it says at least 3 of the of the New York prison guards implicated in a savage beating death of the handcuffed man has been accused of participating in a similar attack of prisoners. In a similar attacks on prisoners across the state. 2 of the correction officers and a sergeant accused in the death of Robert Brooks, an inmate at the Marcy Correctional Facilities in Central New York, were previously named in a federal lawsuit. So, they're charged federally in a federal lawsuit filed by prisoners accusing them of brutal attacks that left one man disfigured, oh my God, and another one in a wheelchair. A lawyer for one of the injured men drew the line from the earlier accusations of violence to the attack this month. The fact that they failed to rein in these officers that they knew had beaten someone else is a direct contributor to Mr. Brooks' death, said the lawyer. She criticized the New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision for fighting her client's lawsuit for 4 years. Wow. Letitia James, the State Attorney General, on Friday released a video of the guards beating Mr. Brooks in the prison infirmary on December 9th. The footage captured by body cameras worn from 4 of the officers showed the guards punching, kicking, and choking Mr. Brooks over roughly, oh my God, they were doing this for 20 minutes. In a swift and rare rebuke of the guards' actions, Daniel F. Marchasulo III, the state's corrections commissioner, vowed to address the culture of brutality that has long permeated in the state's prison system. Please, they don't care. It's not enough to simply condemn this horrific act and then go back to business, he said in a statement on Friday. Institutional change must follow. But a spokesman for the Corrections Department, when asked about the earlier allegations against the officers and why the department hadn't acted sooner to address them, declined to comment. They didn't say no. They only talk about the beating. They don't talk about what led up to that. Like, why did they even do that? Hold on. No, they don't talk about it. No, they don't talk about what led up to that. So 3 of those officers are already in a lawsuit, and they put one man in a wheelchair and they disfigured another man. Wow. No, they don't say what led up to it, Blood Moon. They don't say. But again, this is crazy. That's crazy. That man, he suffered. What did Irby say? Talking about racist Cubans. It's worse than Florida. Can we believe anything we see anymore? That looked pretty real to me. And I tried to blur some of it, but that looked pretty real to me. You got redneck. Oh, yeah. I heard about that. And racist Cubans. Don't put that smile there. Blacks rioting over dirtbags. Yep, need further examination historically wise. He stabbed his girlfriend, but I doubt that's the reason they did it. No, because they said he did most of his time, so he's been in jail for years on Blood Moon. They said he did most of his time. He didn't just get there. The stabbing, I think, took place in 2018. I think that's when he stabbed his girlfriend. Same BS talking points, no change. Tyree Nichols, cops not sentenced yet. Oh, really? Sit on your hands. True. His girlfriend suffered when he used that knife over her. He sure did. He stabbed her 3 times. He stabbed her in the neck, on the side, and on her back. Lord, what? Hola, Lord. Happy holidays. How are you? He came in as Lord. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you hit that like button, Lord. But he stabbed his girlfriend for real. Yeah, he did. He stabbed her 3 times. That's why he was locked up, Irby, because he stabbed her. Oh. But the way he passed away, though, that's what Irby. That's the worst part, yo. That's the worst part. Okay, so he stabbed his girlfriend. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve to be in jail and all that, but damn, to go down like that. What did she do to get stabbed? Oh my God, Lord. She didn't do shit to get stabbed. He was doing his time. He was already paying his dues, you know, his time for what he did, for the crime that he committed. But I want to see how this turns out, to find out what did he do to have the SEALs come and attack him like that. Like, what, you know, he was in the hospital, so what was he there for? Did he attack another inmate when he got to that prison? When he was transferred into that prison, did he attack the nurse? Like, you know, they don't say that. Those guards need wait, you want death? Lord has come. It's a long time no here. Right, Lord? But yeah, I don't know what the girlfriend did, Lord, but that was years ago. And he just died a terrible death. I mean, like I said, watching that video, it was sad. It was really sad. Where is Sundown? I wanted him to talk to me about that. Oh no, you were in the military too, Lord. That are you familiar with the Daniel Perry case and Jordan Neely, the guy that died from the chokehold in the train station? Is that something they teach you in the service? And like, you know, OHED said you're not supposed to do that or something like that. So like, it's illegal. Like, that's something they teach you to do to defend yourself in combat. Like, I don't know. That didn't look like that looked like something that was taught. That's not just you grabbing up somebody in a headlock, you know? How many years was he serving for the stabbing? I think 12 years. I think it was 12 to 18, something like that. And they said that he had done most of his time, Nicole. Sundown's and others. Oh, okay. He probably is. Like, you probably going back and forth if he's still alive. Stray Godzilla. Okay. This is my new channel. Peace. All right. I'm going to sub to that channel now. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. So you got rid of your channel, OHED? Because you had a lot more subs than that. You had a whole lot more subs than that. Yes, but he killed that man by holding it too long. But there were other people there, Lord, and they didn't seem like like I saw Jordan tap the black guy like he was tapping him. I don't know if he was tapping him to let him know that, you know, I can't breathe, or he was just talking to him and he was tapping him. But the other two men didn't seem to look like, yo, let go of him. He looks like he can't breathe, unless they didn't care, you know? No, I'm staying here, jumping into bed between streams is tiring. I choose here. Oh, thank you. But yeah, you know, I don't know. I feel bad for this guy, and I wonder how this one is going to turn out. I really wonder how this one is going to turn out and what they're going to say. And it's 13 of them. It's almost like the I don't want to compare it to it because they weren't in jail, but the Rodney King beating, like it was one guy and mad cops, like, you know, hey, Roy Chess, I went live. That's what I'm doing over here. Let me see something. I don't think I have another video to show. Nope. That was the last one because I wanted to talk about the Guatemalan man who burned that woman alive in the train, and then this guy over here. It's just so sad. It's so sad. I was going to talk about Luigi Mangione, but, you know, he's been made a martyr and he's in jail, and I'm sure he has a GoFundMe page and women sending him letters and stuff like that. So he's going to be fine. He's considered a martyr. He killed somebody and he's a martyr. So that's a little weird, but, you know, nobody's looking at this guy like that, at Daniel Perry, for killing a man who probably might have done something to somebody else. But it's something, I don't know, is that white privilege? Like, you know, this boy comes up and he kills the CEO of a Fortune 500 company in broad daylight. Like, you know, he's the mascot. You think so? Conspiracy theory. Yes, conspiracy theory. They canceled the GoFundMe. Oh, they did? Because I know that would have. I'm telling you, they consider him. You saw that picture of him. With they're trying to canonize him. They're trying to make him a saint for getting rid of the CEO. That's not changing nothing with your healthcare coverage. You know, when you call them and ask them why they're not covering something, they're gonna get the same treatment you got before. You know, before that gentleman was killed. So it did no. It's pretty privileged. Probably it did no good him doing that. You know. They might look at where they can try to improve, and they'll put that out on the public and say, hey, we did this and that. But for the most part, nothing's really going to change. They don't care. But they made him a saint. They're trying to make him a saint. So that's why I didn't really need to talk about that one. But, you know, Daniel Penny did it. So he did it on purpose. You're saying he did it on purpose, Roy Chess? He intentionally grabbed that man in that chokehold to end his life? Or was he just trying to be the white savior and come in and put him in a chokehold and, you know, hold him down till the cops come so he could say, yeah, you know, I was just doing my duty as a citizen, you know, blah, 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 because we didn't know what he was going to do. Oh, okay. Penny held a known martial art move for way too long. He held it for like 6 minutes. After 2 minutes, brain damage is really high, so he's guilty. You know, they said he had drugs in his system, Roy Chess, and that's what contributed to him dying. They try to blame it on the fact that he had drugs. Everyone knows that move cuts oxygen to the brain. Do you know that move, Roy Chess? Roy Chess, weren't you in the military? Did you say a long time ago you used to be in the military as well? Do they train you? Do they train you to do that in the military? Drugs or not. But drugs could have contributed to that. Drugs could have made it worse. I'm back now, Irby. Drugs could have made it worse. Like, I don't know. I am not trying to justify what he did, but I don't know. It wasn't like the Bernard Goetz story. I can't breathe now. That's what I feel like, Blood Moon. It's not like the Bernard Goetz story where Bernard Goetz intentionally shot those kids. And this, you know, like he thought he was getting robbed. Well, he was going to get robbed, but he went in and he pulled out a gun and he shot those kids and he went after them to shoot them. This situation was a man trying to subdue the guy who came in and said, you know, all that crap, and he was acting crazy, and then they wanted to call the cops for that. What drugs for Penny? Well, the black guy, the drugs were for Penny. They said that he had drugs in his system. This topic is worse than race. I am disturbed, not entertained. Aw. So you want me to go back and talk about the copycat burning? Because it's just as bad. People are dying in real life, right, Blood Moon? So see, you're not desensitized. That yeah, it is disturbing. It's sad to have to even talk about that. So what, you want to talk about Fat Joe? You want to get entertained and talk about Fat Joe? I didn't want to talk about Fat Joe, man. And I really don't have nothing on Fat Joe, but I didn't want to talk about him. Not that I did not remember anything. You asked a specific thing. Yeah, that's true. I did, Roy Chess. I did. No death. Yeah. I know, but they died in a situation. And those are the things that are happening. Like people, you know, the video that I showed of Cepeda, he sat there on the bench and he watched that woman. He was less than 10 feet away from her. He just sat there and he watched it. You want to go back to the Fat Joe topic? All right. So what about Fat Joe? The fact that he said the N-word or the fact that he attacked the FBAs? Which was worse? There's a different kind of chokes. One is against the windpipe and the other is a oxygen to the blood. Well, don't both of them do the same thing, right? Which is the chokehold that will make you pass out instead of ending it, you know? Ooh, what time is it? 11:53. Okay, it's 11:53. Titi, you know. Dog and Fat Joe, your topic, Dominican and Cuban. I know. Morena, did you hear about the old guy who set up these two teens by leaving his house unlocked so they could break into his house. No! And oh, wait a minute. And one was pregnant? Is that the one you're talking about? I hope that's not the one. No, both are not the same. One crushes the windpipe and one can be proven. Oh, you want to talk about Lord Jamar? Well, he's the one that instigated it. Blood chokes are harder to detect. Oh, I mean, Blood Moon with Lord Jamar. I mean, he's the one that, he's the one that FDA is saying, yeah, because Lord Jamar said this and Lord Jamar said that. Lord Jamar wants to have a conversation with Fat Joe and anyone else who wants to justify him saying what he said. And I was telling somebody earlier that Fat Joe's not going to give him that opportunity because it would be beneficial to Lord Jamar, not Fat Joe. Like Fat Joe's already where he's at in his level of stardom in hip hop. Lord Jamar isn't. Lord Jamar is trying to find his next big one, I think. That's why Fat Joe said that, he's trying to go viral. He's trying anything. He's trying to be a flat earther and crap like that. And now he's jumping on this FBA crap with Puerto Ricans not being a part of hip hop. No, they were cousins. Oh, they were cousins. So they broke into his house before. Oh, he hid in his basement and shot them. Wow. No, I didn't hear about that. When and where did that happen? But see, Blood Moon don't want to talk about death. So we're going to talk about death. I don't have that video to show. But the one I'm talking about was, and they showed him on TV, a man who was robbed and he went outside. He went past the supposed stand your ground law. He went and chased them and he shot the pregnant one. And he was like, yeah, I know the other guy's going to cut. He's going to get caught because he's going to come back or something for the one that was pregnant. Because the girl had said, I'm pregnant. And he didn't care. He shot her anyway. Those gun-toting South folk be doing stuff like that. Yeah, but you're not supposed to chase the perpetrator. If he's in your house or if the robber's in your house, you have every right to shoot them. But once they run off and they're outside your property, off your property, you don't have to chase them. That's not justification. Well, who told them to enter private property to rob somebody? Yeah. Looking for a justification to murder. I think there's some people, Roy Chess, who get off on that. Like, they, even though let's say that even though they're getting robbed, they know they have the power. Let's say if it's like two crackheads or young kids, like Sundown situation where he was talking about coming to your house, you got the gun and they don't got a gun. They're just maybe drug addicts or something and they're just trying to get something so they can sell it and get high again, and they know they have the upper hand. Blood Moon doesn't like violence. Yes, she hangs out at bodegas and hisses and scratches at people as they walk by. What'd you call it? Team ban all guns. That'll never happen, Irby. You can forget that. That'll never happen. This country is built on it. The NRA will freaking They got somebody in office now that would never do that. So, two old heads arguing. Lord Jamar and Fat Joe should having a topic of how they glorify drug dealing in their music, right, Irby? Yes, remove that constitutional amendment. That'll never happen. But yeah, it's true. That is super true. They won't talk about that. And Lord Jamar back in the day when he was starting out with Brand Nubian, he hobnobbed with all those people. He was dealing with Puerto Ricans. If it wasn't on that level of rapper to rapper, then it was somebody in the studio where they made their music at, or in the office when they had to sign their contracts with people and stuff like that. They had to. You were dealing with them every day. So that's some bullshit. Blood Moon, what's so funny? What Sundown said about the cat in the bodega? You know how Sundown, you ever been to New York? You talk like you've been to New York and you've been in a bodega and saw all this crap. Blood Moon's just a little bit ratchet. I don't think she hisses at people yet. I don't think she's graduated to that level of ratchetness, though. Yeah, well, I've been on I don't know. I mean, unless you give me something to talk about, I don't know. Sundown is funny. I don't. The Fat Joe thing. I've seen so many streams on that. So many people talking about that. Fat Joe is going to continue to say the N-word. Fat Joe, where he's from, everybody uses it. It's not a big deal. And people outside of New York, it's true. They don't want to hear it, but people outside of New York City are the ones the most pissed off. They don't understand what the culture is in New York. And see how I said the culture. The hip-hop culture in New York is not defined by a race. No matter who created it, is not defined by a race. I bet Lord Jamar's wife is Puerto Rican. No, actually, unless it was fake, there was a reality show that Lord Jamar had, and I think it was his wife or girlfriend that was in. I think it was his wife. And I don't know if she was Jamaican, dark skin, or African, but she was nope, definitely not Puerto Rican. Look up Byron Smith. Oh, okay. But yeah, that's not going to change nothing. And then, people are saying, "Oh, we're going to cancel Fat Joe." I'm sure ain't no FBA's ever bought a Fat Joe album, and Fat Joe is still where he's at. So he's not losing any money. Jim Carter is no longer here. He's the guy that lured the teens. Oh, okay. Byron Smith. Let me see. This is crazy. Did anybody die? I mean, did anybody get deleted? Sundown? Byron Smith. Oh my God, he looks crazy. Byron Smith fatally shoots Haley Kiffer and Nicholas Brady. 64-year-old retiree. Oh, this happened in November. Admitted to gunning down 2 teenagers who broke into his Little Falls, Minnesota home on Thanksgiving. Wow, on Thanksgiving Day. Ay, ay, ay. Parece un loco. This man looks crazy. Let me see if I can get an official site here. This seems like local. Okay, so this didn't make national news. Sundown. This is local. Let's see. Lord Jamar's Guyanese. He's part. Is it Guyanese? I know he's part West Indian, and he doesn't talk about that part. So because if he bigs up his West Indian side, then he's a tether. Minnesota man fatally shoots teen cousins who broke into his home, curses at one after killing her. Byron Smith, 64, led authorities to his Little Falls, Minnesota basement where the bodies of Nicholas Brady, 17, and Haley Kiffer, 18, lay wrapped in tarp. Well, he touched the bodies. Oh my God. Thanksgiving Day. On Friday, November 23rd, 2012, the day after Thanksgiving, authorities responded to Smith's Elm Street home, Elm Street, in Little Falls, about 100 miles northeast of Minneapolis. According to Jeremy Luberts, then a sergeant with the Morris County Sheriff's Office, Smith readily admitted to the killings before leading the first responder inside his home. He shows us a window in his bedroom that somebody has smashed out. 12 minutes in the this was on Oxygen. Okay, I'm reading an Oxygen article. The glass appeared to have been broken from the outside. Then Smith led authorities to the basement where where an office was off to the side, and the bodies of Nick Brady and Haley Kiffer both laid wrapped in tarp. Brady sustained 3 gunshot wounds and Kiffer sustained 6. Wow, he shot that gun 9 times. I saw that these 2 bodies were not just laying there, they had been piled. Exactly, he touched it. This looked very strange. So that was even strange to the officer. That's crazy. That is crazy. We know, Robert, I was there. Everybody that's in the chat, Robert, went to Fighters Live. Said that, yeah, Lionel Richie. What? Wait a minute. Why are you talking about Lionel Richie? What does Lionel Richie have to do with it? Most of those rappers are not African American. Exactly. Most of them are Caribbean. At least the ones that I really liked, I didn't even realize that most of them were. It was a mix of both, but most of them were Caribbean. So it's like the ones that are bitching about it are the ones, again, that are not from New York. So it's like it's irrelevant. I guess that's why nobody really cares. Most blacks are Caribbean. Roychester, you keep saying that. Most blacks in New York City are Caribbean. Not outside of New York. Unless you talk about Florida, a majority of them. In New York City now, yes, right? Is Cam not I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think he never talks about it, but I don't think so. Mace is FBA. No, all over. All over the United States? No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Because if they were Caribbean, people outside of New York, the ones, especially the ones bitching about it, Roychester would be more familiar with Caribbeans and wouldn't have such a problem. Maybe wouldn't be so inclined to call them Tethers. No, I don't think so, buddy. I don't think so. Like I said, Fat Joe's not going to be impacted on this. And they're bitching about Fat Joe. Like, no, Cameron is a black American. Oh, okay. He never mentioned it, Robert. He never mentioned if he was or if he wasn't. Like, I don't know. Mace never mentioned it, but I'm assuming Mace is FBA because when he went down south, I don't know, he went down south and stayed there. So I'm assuming that he's FBA. The one using Tether are Tethers, most of them. Really? Well, that's most FBAs that are part of this movement that Fat Joe was talking about, Roychester. Oh, that's spearheaded, that's been trademarked by Tariq Nasheed. So, if most Tethers, the ones using Tethers are Tethers, then that means that they're Caribbean. Joel Santana lied about being Dominican. Robert, there are so many artists that lied about being Dominican. There's so many that if you look at it, and nobody thought to screenshot this or take it down somewhere, that if you look 10 years ago, they said they were Puerto Rican or Panamanian, and now they're Dominican. Being Dominican now is the popular Hispanic ethnicity to be. That's what people are doing. Roychester thinks all African Americans are biracial like him. Dave East is another fake Dominican. Yes. I remember when they were saying that, and I was like, he is not Dominican. As a matter of fact, I think he has a West Indian parent as well. He's FBA and he's West Indian. FBA with Caribbean descent are Tethers, themselves calling others Tethers. Do they know that they're Tethers, Roychester? Probably not. Being of Caribbean descent makes them a Tether. Yeah, but supposedly the FBAs are the ones from the South, and they are foundational Black Americans. No, nothing outside of the United States, like in the Caribbean or Africa or Latin America. Most just lie. Yes, they know it, but they hide it. Now, somebody else mentioned that to me earlier, and I never met or been around, let's say, a West Indian who would not say that they're West Indian, or a Hispanic that would not say that they're Hispanic. Now, maybe an FBA will lie about their ethnicity and say there's something else, but I haven't heard those that do that. FBAs are the real Tethers. Let me find out. Robert is Hispanic. No, that is what they say. It's a different thing from who they are. Okay. In Florida, you got a lot of Black Americans mixed with West Indians, I'm sure. Excuse me, wasn't there a lot of Bahamians there, like at the turn of the century? In the 20th century? I see them all the time. I believe Roychester, I have watched supposed African-American DNA videos, and most of them are their ancestries in the Caribbean. Isn't that crazy? That's because of slavery. Leave the FBAs only or alone? Because you're a Tether, Lord. Yes, Titi, okay. Lord's a Tether. There's the only FBA in this chat. There is no FBA in this chat. 100% FBA? Wait a minute, let me see. No, there's nobody here. Oh, Sundown. Nope, not even Sundown. Rapper Trina's half Bahamian. Trina used to say she was half Dominican too. I see a lot of people say that alone. I'm telling you, I see a lot of people say they're Dominican. They're not. She tried to say that her father was Dominican, and her father came out and said he's not Dominican. I think she's 1000% FBA, Irby. I don't even think she's half Bahamian. Most blacks can't be FBA. Yes, she did. She said she was half Dominican, and her father came out and said he's not Dominican. He's a Southern black man. Just by mathematics. Bueno. What mathematics? You know what? I'm not going down that rabbit hole with you, with Chess, because I have no clue what you're talking about. No, her mom Bahamian. I don't think so. Sundown, yes, because Roy Chess has a white mom, and we have a Haitian pretending to be French. Ay, Dios mío. Ay, Dios mío. Sundown said he's mixed. So he wouldn't be full FBA. He would be part FBA. Lord would be a tether. Irby would be half FBA. Because he says Bob is African American. They're ashamed of being boring old FBA. And you know, so crazy, Robert. Sometimes when you know, like you ask somebody, what are you? They'll be like, I'm just African American, or I'm just black. Like, you know, like I'm just that. That's it. Like, I don't have nothing else. Oh my God. It's sad, but that's what they do. But again, and you know what's so crazy? Nobody cares that, you know, the king of hip hop is Eminem. Sundown is 90% African American. Wow. The king of hip hop is Eminem. I'm half a tether. Oh, okay. Yeah, the king of hip hop is Eminem, and nobody has a problem with that. Eminem, when Eminem comes out with a song or a verse or wants to show his face, it's like Jesus coming down from the sky and some shit like that. Like, he's so up the echelon there that he's even higher than the person that put him out, which is 50 Cent and Dr. Dre. Have to pasty mom then. Hell no, Eminem ain't it. I don't think Eminem, like, there's a lot of African Americans that will, when you ask them what's your top 5 or your top 10, excuse me, Eminem is always there. I never liked Eminem as a rapper. I don't know. His music was like corny to me. Like, I don't know, like funny. You like Eminem, Blood Moon? I don't know. I never cared for his music. That's between Biggie and Tupac, king of hip hop. Yeah, but people will mention their top 5, right? I always hear Nas. I always hear Biggie or Tupac. Jay-Z's always in there, and Eminem is always thrown in the mix. Always. I don't know why. He's always thrown in the mix, though. Well, I got a couple of people in here, and what time is it? 12 o'clock, and I do have to go to work tomorrow. I don't know if the topic of what's his name is even worth it. I like it because his lyrics are funny, not criminal. That's what I'm saying. It's like too cartoonish for me. It's too, you know, he has a comical way of doing his style of rhyming, and I don't think hip hop was ever really supposed to be that comical. Commercial, yes. Comical, I don't think so. Past your bedtime. Yeah, Irby, you know, I like to sit, lay in my bed and look at the chat while I'm while I'm trying to fall asleep and then fall asleep, you know? Not actually have to be on during the stream, and I've been on for 2 hours. So it's been a minute, and you have an interview tomorrow. I like it because the lyrics are funny, not criminal. I don't care for Eminem. Eminem is not, to me, a rapper's rapper. He's just, I don't care for him. I prefer cartoonish. It's not fun. Well, I mean, a lot. I don't know. No, hip hop to me is not depressing, and it's not always talk. They're not always talking about criminal things, you know. But it is what it is. So, people, I appreciate everyone that stopped by to spend some time with me this Sunday. I might go live later on this week, maybe. I don't know, doing New Year's Eve, because I don't like going out on New Year's Eve. So maybe New Year's Eve, maybe New Year's Day. I don't know. But thank you everyone who spent some time with me. I'm sorry if I freaked anybody out with the videos, but that's what's going on in America today. Besides besides the Fat Joe thing, this is like real situation, not who's using the N-word. Like, who cares? Titi, you know you flip-flop from Cuban to Dominican like I do from FBA to French. I mean, it's in the Caribbean, so I mean, flip-flopping in what way? It's never negative. Like, it's not really a flip-flop either, you know? It just is what it is. Yeah, Irby, I don't know. The Haitian thing, I don't know. That's going to stick with you, buddy. French. What part of France is your parent from? Don't say Paris. Yeah, I'm getting tired. Oh my God, more people came in. I'm getting tired. If I mean, I'm only talking to Irby and Blood Moon, and not that that's a bad thing, but it seems like with this hip hop thing, you know, nobody wants to talk about Fat Joe, but nobody wants to talk about these serious ass topics. And Sundown mentioned another killing. Like, but this happened last month with the guy looks crazy though. If you guys look up Byron Smith, he looks como un loco. You know, he killed those 2 teens and he touched those cold bodies. He shot 6 rounds on one person and 3 rounds. I mean, and 3 rounds on for the for the prince. What part of France, Irby? Multicultural. What part of France? My father was born here, but you said he's French. It can't be an American who has French, because most Americans who have like German or French or something like that, they never say that they're French. They still say they're American, unless they're Italian. Now, Italians will tell you they're Italians, Russians will tell you they're Russians, and Irish will tell you they're Irish. But the ones that have French, they don't mention it, because usually it's too far to claim. They're just white. But I don't care, Irby, you know. Your father, what would it say on YouTube? Palm colored. Your father's palm colored. Yeah. You mean my grandfather? I don't know. What don't you know about your grandfather? What don't you know? Oh, I'm intrigued. There is a reason folks lose their accent. Did I lose my accent, Irby? I mean, Roy Chess, I didn't know English until I went to school. I don't think I have a Spanish accent, but I do think I have a New York accent. Folks hide a lot before they open up. Like what? Your ethnicity? Why you gotta lie about that? That's nothing to lie about. They open up. That's why I find it weird you saying that the one saying tethers are actually tethers, like, you know, he was a deadbeat. That's all I know. Okay. I have known many dudes who held it for years. Really, Roy Chess? In New York City, there's no need to even say I don't want to tell nobody, like, to hide it. It's not like we go around saying with a sign saying, hey, I'm from here, hey, I'm from there. It's like, if you don't ask, nobody's saying, oh, let me let him know that I'm not FBA so that they know I'm not. Like, nobody does that, Roy Chess. Nobody goes out of their way to say, let me make sure they know my ethnicity. Like, because depending on the scenario, you don't even have to mention your ethnicity. Morena, the men you thought were African American were actually Caribbean. No. Yeah, I guess. False, like Fighter says up front. He's Dominican. He does on YouTube, but he says he doesn't walk around saying, like, people will just assume. And then, yeah, they'll know if he says something in Spanish or he did something. No, he'll mention something about it, but I don't think he purposely goes off saying, I'm Dominican, just to inform FBA that he's not black. I don't think he goes out of his way to do that. And I think that's what you guys are asking to do. You calling it being hidden, it's not being hidden. It's just like, you know, if you meet up somewhere and let's say you're outside and there's some guys playing ball, and, you know, I've seen guys do that, and then somebody else be like, okay, when's game, whatever, you know, how long is this game? Can I play the next game? Okay, yeah, you could play. He's not gonna be like, all right, I'm Dominican. Nobody's gonna do that, Roy Chess. Come on now. It doesn't work like that, you know. If it's not obvious and you make that assumption, that's on you. I look Dominican. Nobody needs to ask or guess. Yeah, in New York City, yeah, you look Dominican, right? Maybe if I put you here in Texas, you won't be so Dominican because they don't have Dominicans out here. It depends. Like, are you gonna walk around with a banner or with a flag saying I'm Dominican? I'm Dominican. If you just I don't know, go into the store and somebody else with another ethnicity helps you, and you're gonna be like, let them know that I'm Dominican, so they don't assume I'm something else. Like, but it is in Texas, so the blacks there are FBAs. Yeah, they are for sure. Or they're mixed with Mexican, But that's not the majority. Roy Chess just asked the first time you meet someone. Yeah. Roy Chess will be like, how you doing? You FBA? Imagine if they can look at you. Half the people outside of YouTube don't even know what the hell an FBA is. None of my black friends know what the hell an FBA is. Most humans say up front what they are. If you hesitating, that is an issue of you hiding it. What do you mean, Roy Chess? Why would anybody just walk up and say anything? I will walk around, waving a Dominican flag and speaking Spanish. No, you don't ask about FBA. You ask about what culture they rap. Come on. From what I see, everybody from a major city, either half FBA or half FBA or Black Americans claiming it because culture in Jamaica or Cuba. Why? Which is just crazy. No one mentions that unless someone exactly. They'll look at you, and if they think you're mixed, they'll ask you, what are you? And then that's when it'll come into play if they really want to know that. But if they just assume that you're FBA, they're not going to ask that question. And you're not going to be like, well, since he didn't ask, let me make sure they know. Like, nobody does that. False blood moon. Many folks do it. I think you're the only one that does that, Richards. Especially if they're older. No, older people don't do that. They do not. I told you when I was out here, I forgot who I was talking to, and I was speaking Spanish. And he assumed I was FBA. He was like, oh, you speak Puerto Rican? I'm like, I'm not Puerto Rican, and I'm not speaking Puerto Rican. I'm speaking Spanish. So, come on now. Miami is multicultural. No one's tripping on ethnicity. Exactly. No one's going around asking you, what are you? They all ask you, what are you? Or you're like, what are you? You come in the store to go buy a Cuban sandwich. They ask you, what are you? Are you Cuban? Are you Haitian? Are you Puerto Rican? Like, then nobody's going out of their way to ask you that. I'm older, and I have never done that. Nobody does that, Blood Moon. That is they calling Fat Joe a racist now. He might be low-key, not racist, but, maybe prejudiced in a way because he went through a lot growing up with the black guys and all the fights he claimed he had to do. But in general, like overall, nah, he's not racist. No. FBA is not a real identity group. It is an adjective to distinguish Caribbean from non-Caribbean. Well, Roy Chess, then you need to tell your FBA brothers that. Because I think they have the definition confused. I think that just means that they're foundational Black Americans and they need to purposely shit on anyone who's not FBA. For no reason. For just existing. What is wrong with y'all? When you introduce yourselves, it ought to be part of your introduction and not your life story. Really? Get out of here. You got full FBA men chasing Puerto Ricans and Cuban women. What you think kids are going to be in the future? Exactly. But Irby is like, what Roy Chess is saying, nobody asked that. Nobody asked that. Tariq is some guy from this old ass group called the Furious Five is calling Fat Joe. Oh, from the Furious Five. You talking about oh my God, Melly Mel. It gotta be Melly Mel. His little short 60-something-year-old, but he's the only one. If it's him, Robert, he disses everybody. If he's calling Fat Joe, right, whatever he's saying negative about Fat Joe, he talks about every rapper because he feels that rappers don't give him his just due. They don't say, "Oh, we owe everything to the Furious Five." I think you're talking about Melly Mel. The term FBA has two contexts. One is a cult group, and one is an idea to distinguish Caribbeans. Yeah, that is why y'all think FBA is confused. No, I don't think that they're confused, Roy, because I think that they're using FBA as something really negative. They're not using it for anything that's going to benefit your community. Two contexts being referred to by the same letters. Y'all think FBA is just about Tariq. It is just about Tariq because he made it about him. He trademarked the name. So it's always going to lead back to Tariq Nasheed. So if something really horrible happens, it's going to lead back to Tariq Nasheed. If something really wonderful happens, it's going to lead back to Tariq Nasheed. So it depends on how this ends up, how it turns out. Yeah, it's Melly Mel. It's Melly Mel. You never heard of him, Irby? Of course you didn't. He disses Eminem and Jay-Z on Vlad Melly. Oh, okay, so you do know who he is. Yeah, he does. Because he feels like they don't give him his props, like being one of the pioneers of hip-hop. They don't go, see, now they're bitching about hip-hop and who brought it out and all that, but nobody mentions those. The FBA don't even mention Melly Mel because they don't know Melly Mel. But if maybe they'll use him now and be like, oh yeah, we have somebody that dates back to the 70s. Yeah, but last year you didn't even know who Melly Mel was. That's why people say you're not from New York, to shut up and mind your business. No, it's not. The idea has nothing to do with Tariq. The idea doesn't, Roy Chess, but now it has everything to do with him because he trademarked the name. So it has everything to do with Tariq Nasheed now. The cult does. Oh, so you admit that it's a cult. Okay, cool. Uh-oh. IBM, what's up? Ados in the house. Fat Joe and these wannabe us culture vultures. We love hip-hop, IBM. It came from New York, and it's just a culture and a vibe in New York. Whether you like it or not, buddy. Are you FBA, IBM? Do you subscribe to the FBA ideology? Roy Chess is calling it a cult. The idea predates Tariq, and he says that. It does, but he trademarked it. That means that he wants it to be all about him. He did it to make money. And somebody said, oh, it doesn't matter if he's trying to make a couple of bucks. Oh, yeah, it does matter if he's exploiting his own people for it. It's not cool. He made the letters popular. Yeah. Which side you on, Morena? You know it. I'm on the side of hip-hop. Latinos, always. I'm Hispanic first, Robert. I've always said that. I thought Diddy created that beat. The message here, right. And Diddy always reuse beats in his music. If you notice that, he used the same beat for several artists. I was like, wait a minute, that was on this song. Wait a minute, that was on this song too. No, FBA is Tone and FBS. Okay, good, cool. So you're Ados, okay, and you did come and saying that. I get it. He trademarked the cult, not the idea. He trademarked the name. Okay, when he gets paid, it doesn't say cult. It says FBA, Foundational Black American. Everything he does, he puts FBA on it and he makes money off of that. Everything he does. Doesn't he have t-shirts and books and videos and shit like that? He puts FBA on everything. You Google Foundational Black Americans. You can't Google FBA because FBA had something to do with AIDS. I think I looked at when I Googled it the other day. But if you put Foundational Black American, he pops up all over it, or it's just no matter what you think. The name is of the cult. Yep. And Tariq's name is all over it, and it says FBA, Roy Chess. FBA. Sorry, but it is what it is. And you're right, it is a cult. And then he would tell you that it's not a cult. It's a legitimate movement. And I didn't realize that he took that legitimate movement from the Ados woman. So, it was supposed to be about reparations, but now it's anything but reparations. It's very far from it. He doesn't care about reparations. He's good. He's living in his gated community with his biracial wife and his Jewish mother-in-law, and he's good to go. He don't care about nobody. As a matter of fact, I'm sure he's laughing at all this right now. It's just making him more popular. But our ancestors fought for the civil rights today that the immigrants benefit more than us. So, IBM, what I say is yes, right? Your ancestors fought for the right. And with during Martin Luther King's time, and that's when they got rid of segregation, integrated schools, gave the right to vote, and they put some amendments up in there, right? And then what the government did to add insult to injury was that they opened up the doors to other immigrants that look like you, right? Or that are non-white. So that brought about competition, right? And then it made African Americans feel like, wow, we fought for all these civil liberties for us, and now we have all these other groups benefiting from it. But that's not the other group's fault. That's the government's fault. They, not us, maybe like us, but not us. Facts. That's total facts. But that's the government's fault, and that was done by design, and nobody talks about that. You want to blame the person who's taking advantage of the opportunity. If it was the other way around, you would take advantage of the opportunity too. White women benefit the most. Of course they do, right? Of course they do. And nobody ever talks about that. They open doors for African immigrants. They not here. Yeah, they here. They opened the door for all immigrants. At one point, they didn't allow people from China to come here. They didn't allow people from Africa to come here. After the civil rights movement, and they gave all these rights to African Americans, they opened the doors for everybody else, and everybody took advantage of that. And African Americans or FBAs are upset that immigrants are taking advantage of the resources that are set out here, and African Americans think that the resources that are set out are taken off of their plate when they're not. It's not that. It's just that you have to share a piece of the pie now. I talk about that. Oh, you do. You have a channel, IBM? You have a channel? You go live or you have videos? Because I would love to participate. Don't forget, feminism destroyed civil rights. I don't think it destroyed civil. Well, I don't think it destroyed civil rights. It destroyed the home. I don't think it destroyed civil rights. No, many immigrants get stuff so-called blacks do not get. What do immigrants get? Certain immigrants got certain resources handed to them. Not all immigrants, Roy Chess. That's where you get it confused. If you want to talk about Puerto Ricans come here and they're automatic, so they don't need a passport, they're automatically citizens, but in their country they can't vote for president, right? But the United States has been up their ass since the early 1900s. Cubans had that wet foot, dry foot crap here, and that happened when Castro took over. That wasn't always like that. That happened when Castro took over. The government again allowed that. I think for Asians, they have an incentive when they come here that they get loans to open up businesses. That's the government that allows that. So why are you mad at the immigrant for taking advantage of something that the government gives off? Just like now, these migrants. Abbott said he didn't want them here, shipped them elsewhere, and all this money comes out for these migrants. That's not the migrants' fault. The migrants coming from a war-torn country, and they say, yeah, you can come here, we'll give you housing and money and food. Who's going to turn that down? They're going to say, oh, no. I can't touch it because black people fought for their right to have this, and that. So I'm going to turn it down. Even though they're offering it to me, I'm going to turn it down because it's not right. Nobody cares about what's right or wrong. People care about survival. Don't tell me you're a feminist. I'm not a feminist. No, I'm not a feminist. Far from it. Correct. Many immigrants get while there are homeless blacks. The blacks don't get the same offers. Not every immigrant gets the same offer either, Rich. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I present on lines that, okay. JJ7000. Unbiased Sports. Okay. I thought you had your own channel. Okay. Hit me up on Facebook. I'll send you my builds and presentations. Okay. You under the same name, IBM? Then the immigrants are disrespect the so-called blacks for that reason. No. What you feel is disrespect and them turning their nose up on you, Roy Chess, is how the government and media portrays African American to the world, even through hip hop. So, okay, IBM, I'm definitely gonna look you up. I'm gonna hit you up on Facebook. But so and it's not just it's any immigrants you might encounter that have that. Oh, I don't know, Irby. I only liked it when they had the Northerners up there. That's when it was good to me. They have immigrants. That's the complaint. No immigrant comes here thinking anything about black people. They see this as a white man's country. That's 1,000% correct, Lemon. We are talking about many, not all. I did not say all. But you're talking about the ones that are in the closest proximity. And that's by design as well. That's what I keep trying to tell you. That's the government doing that. Like, if you want to blame somebody, blame your government. You want to blame your go to the DC and complain about the rights that you feel you should have that other immigrants are getting. But no, you got this organization that doesn't fight for the right of its people. They're there to go on YouTube and start talking about tethers and immigrants and and it's just talk. When I was at Fight of Stream, there was somebody on there saying, "Yeah, watch, you're gonna get it. Not watch, you're gonna get it now. Watch and see what happens." Like, you want people to these FBAs want people to suffer. Like, watch, now you're gonna get it. Now you're gonna feel it. Now you're gonna know. I'm like, damn, who does that? Like, what are we gonna feel? What are we gonna get? What's gonna happen? False. Actually, the stereotypes are that there and have been for decades. I don't know about that. The USA almost put you on timeout. The USA monitors any info going from USA or coming into the USA. That's why the rest of the world is ill-informed about us. Right, and they control the narrative. That's what I'm trying to say. So when, like Roy Chess says, "Oh, immigrants come here and they act like this towards us," because that's how it's put out there. Yeah, like Blood Moon said, we don't come here saying, "Yeah, black people this, black people that." That's not in the forefront of our minds when we're coming here to go to another country to seek an opportunity. We're not thinking about black people. But once you come within our proximity, yeah, maybe they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I saw them on TV, like how they portrayed them to be this, and that, and I don't want to be around that, and I don't want my kids to be around it." That's what that is. The government will not do anything, so they will attack the folks who benefit. Right. Yeah, well, and that doesn't make any sense for it. Just attacking the folks that benefited is only making you look bad. It's not. That's all it is. It's just saying you're looking just as bad as the people you complain about. I first learned about black people from TV, and I met a black person in high school. Yeah. So facts, Juju. Thank you, IBM. You came here knowing about blacks already. Come on. Well, I was born in this country, Roy Chess. And my mom was talking about, when Cuba, they liked the music and they saw the movement with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. So, that was like a time when people, I guess, said, black people are really doing their thing. Look what they're doing to secure their place in this country and all that. Yeah, but then after that, what was being put out there wasn't anything positive. Every country has this idea of blacks. Yes, and who puts that idea out there, Roy Chess? Titi, I want to ask you this. What you want to ask? What do you want to ask? Social media and movies have introduced black people to other countries. Before that, no one even... Oh, they did. They did, Blood Moon. When especially when hip-hop came out, that's all they were promoting. They were promoting all the negative shit. Yeah, they were. That's why people didn't be like, "Nah, don't play that music. Don't participate in that, blah, blah, blah." Never mind. You just answered. I wanted to know who was Cuban of your parents. Yeah, my mother's Cuban. False, Blood Moon. They knew blacks were here. Yeah. Roy Chess, Blood Moon says she met one black person in school. The school she went to had hundreds of black people. I mean, high school. I don't know if you meant high school. Did she say high school? Yeah, in high school there was hundreds of black people there, especially that high school. They had plenty of black people there. All the negative stuff is always about blacks. Again, that's this country, Roy Chess. You can't get upset with that. That's how it is. There are immigrants that still think you guys are immigrants. Oh, it's true. It's true. It's true. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised. 12:38. I got 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna shut it down. I met a black person there. I met black people there. I didn't know any from middle school, elementary. Okay, I got that. Black Americans continue the fight as many other countries are defeated. Yup. We are the people all other people want to be like today. Culturally or with regards to the music? Well, most blacks are actually culturally what? That's why most of wait, Chess, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. Hold on a second. Okay. All right. I think I got enough likes. Let's see. Wait a minute. You mentioned Fulana. Fulana didn't even bother coming to chat. I'm gonna curse her out. So Fulana is related through your mother, but she didn't let you come to. Irby, my mother is special, very special, and yes, it's that way and very special. My mother did not let me come to Florida. It's a blood moon comment. What blood moon said I may play? Oh, okay. When you was younger, no, she didn't. My mother had a stronghold on me, Irby, and she didn't let me go anywhere. I was only allowed to go to my grandmother's house, if that makes any sense. LOL. They think all of you are. Y'all steal our slang, our dress, our style, our music, our swag. So, IBM, if we're the same age, let's say we're the same age, and we grew up in the same neighborhood in the United States, and my parents are immigrants, and I went to school with you guys, and, you know, we shopped at the same stores, blah, blah, blah. Don't you think I would pick up on the slang, the style, the music, and the swag? She sounds strict. Irby, she was super strict. Irby. Super strict. Don't you think that, IBM? Like if you went to France and you lived in France and you learned French and you did as the French did and you ate French food and you listened to French music and whatever was the thing there, that's what you gravitated towards because that was in your environment. So would it be that you're stealing it or that's just the way you grew up? Because you can't steal nothing. I can't take your culture and put it in my pocket and walk away with it. A strict mom ought to be about a daughter. Those were the days. Yeah, not if you were a girl. My brother had different rules. You know, but it's usually like that. Boys and girls growing up in the same house have different rules. I didn't pick up this line because I avoided them like the plague. I mean, as much as I could. I'm talking in their countries. We need to be human instead of the name given by oppressors. But that's how we grew up, IBM. Right now, you're on YouTube under IBM, but I'm sure you have an oppressor's name and a slave master last name. That's just how it is. Like, and you speak the oppressor's language. If you go to a Latin American country, you're going to speak the colonizer's language because they're the ones that colonized that country. You're going to follow their religion. You're going to follow their customs for the most part, and you're going to speak their language. That's just what it is. We don't have another language to speak. You can't speak the language of the indigenous people that were there because they're no longer there. You can't speak the language of whatever African tribe your ancestors went from, because we don't know where they're at. And the colonizer, it's obvious. We're speaking their language. We're living their customs, you know? She sounds strict. Was Fulana going to Uncle Luke? Not when she was younger. That was when she got older, Irby. Not when she was younger. You know, at the time where her mom would have been just as strict. No, she wasn't doing that. We all gonna speak Chinese soon. Mandarin. We're not gonna speak Chinese. We're gonna speak Mandarin, and it's starting already because they teach Mandarins in the school. My son is already 20. When he was in school in the 2nd and 3rd grade, they were teaching Mandarin already. I speak my ancestors' language and your oppressor's language. Exactly. Simultaneously at the same time. Division is age-old weapon used like the lines of a map. Just be human and reject the BS. Just be human, yeah. You know, but complaining about the colonizer and the language, it is what it is. You got to work on today and what you're doing today. It's like we all know what happened back then, so you can't go backwards. You can only move forward. Right, people, right? Nobody came. Oh no, only Ohead came up here. Ooh, and Fighter's still live. He said he was only going to be live an hour. Oh, okay, people. I got 16 minutes, so I can end it now. And thank you for stopping by, BM. I haven't seen you in a minute. So I'm going to check out. I'm going to hit you up on Facebook, but I'm going to check out. Oh, excuse me. Lions Den. I think I'm sub to Lions Den. I'm not sure of the rest, but I think I'm sub to Lions. Apostle is hard to focus on when he's talking. F the Spanish, the Inquisition, slavery, etc. They not us. That's the language of my forefathers, IBM. How am I going to say that? I'm first generation American. You can't go backwards. You can only move forward. Good one. Yeah, it's true. I mean, we're already here. So going backwards is not. We already know what happened in the past. Going backwards isn't helping nobody. Like, you know, you can't. It's not helping nobody. My ancestors, thank goodness for those. Iberians. I'm telling you, like I said earlier, if it wasn't for them, none of us would be here. Like, none of us would be here. So it's like you have to have all of that makes you for you to be who you are. That all of them are involved in that. So you can't go backwards. You got to go forward. So if things are happening now, today, in your immediate vicinity, it's up to you to try to fix that and move forward from that. Can't go backwards. You can understand the past, so history doesn't repeat itself, but you can't go backwards. That's it, point blank, period. And speak to your politicians, your congressmen and shit like that. You got to gripe about migrants. Talking to the migrant isn't the solution. While people here are arguing about hip hop right now, being music is dying day by day. I'm sorry, Irby. As soon as it went south, you don't want to hear that. But to me, I'm a New York City, and I love hip hop from its inception through and through. When it went down south, I'm sorry, it went to ka. Good night, Blood Moon. You going to sleep already, viejita? Right, Irby? When it went south, it went to Kaka. What was I saying in Fighter Stream? Little Nas X? Gotta swallow that one, buddy. I said R&B music is dying. No, R&B music been dead already. Who does R&B now? Like, really? Usher and Chris Brown. That's it. No, I thought you were leaving. I said I had 16 more minutes. I'm not leaving yet. Do I have a delay? Because I'm not leaving yet. I said that about 5 minutes ago. Fat Joe is a delusional cock. Cock-eyed fool. LOL. Don't follow that BS. I don't even care for his music, IBM. I really don't care. You love Lil Nas X? Ugh. I know. No, I don't like him at all. In the name of hip hop, no. K-pop is R&B. I don't listen to K-pop. Fat Joe is a Asian. Hispanic. Shaking my head. Lil Nas X. Yep. That's it. That's your southern hip hopper. He's the one that put the seal on that. He said, you know what? Hip hop is officially trash right now. See, you know, my son is listening to 90s hip hop now. I'm like, why are you the early 2000s? I'm like, why are you listening to this music now? Our music was better, right? And he's like, yeah. He looks at me a little weird, but yeah, our music was better. He's not from the South. Where's he from? He's from the South. Don't try to say he's not from the South. He's from the South. He's not from the Midwest. He's not from California. He's from the South, buddy. He's FBA. Yeah. Yeah, I don't listen to K-pop. Nope. See, now I have 11 minutes. I said 16 before. I have 11 minutes now. I'm shutting it off at 1 o'clock officially. 2 o'clock your time if you guys are on the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time. I listen to 90s R&B and 2000s. Yeah. But R&B has always been dope. But no, it's only Usher and Chris Brown right now, I think. Because Mary J. Blige, I don't know if she's still making music, but I haven't listened to her since the 90s. Well, Lil Nas X did that video with him lap dancing on Satan. Yes, that was weird, IBM. That sounds like he's like the devil. Satan said he left ish stains on his stomach. Yeah, no, he didn't. But yeah, that was a weird video. He gave me bad vibes, like he's satanic or something. Like, no. He's a weirdo. In the name of hip hop, but he used hip hop to his claim to fame. So no, it's weird. It's weird. And speaking of hip hop, Jay-Z's going down. He's going down, or his reputation's just going to be ruined. Period. So hip hop is going to trash. Hip hop is going to be AI. That's what's going to happen. They're not going to need hip hop artists anymore. They're going to have AI doing it. This is everything that's happening right now. Montero, I love that video. Call me by my name. Play the video, Morena. What? Let me see something. He started off in country music like Pink, in pink leather chaps. Ugh. Yuck. Who is Montero, Blood Moon? Blood Moon trying to get me a strike. Because I can't play the video, Blood Moon. Let me see. Oh, hell no. You want to play Lil Nas X? Hell no. Okay, that was the name of a song. No. I love that video. Call me by my name. Yeah. I was shocked when you said you didn't like Escape Group. Even my mother. I only liked one song from Escape. Only one song, and that's because I have a lot of them. I have a good memory behind that one song. Lil Nas X real name is Montero. Montero, call me by my name. Call me by your name. Yeah, I see it now. But no, I'm not playing that. You crazy, Blood Moon? You crazy? Blood Blood Moon looking for a come up. She will file on Jay-Z next, right? You don't like Jay-Z? No, Jay-Z was good in 2000. What was that album? Not Reasonable. Was it Reasonable Doubt? No. What's the name of Jay-Z's album then? I can't believe I can't think of the name now. I forget everything now. And supposedly Beyonce removed the Carter from her name. We didn't even know that she had the blueprint. We didn't even know she had his name. Jay-Z, yeah, he's ugly, but the music was good back then. Do you like the group The Barge? Of course I do. Of course I do. I still like El DeBarge now. You know, he's aging gracefully. He doesn't look so feminine. But yeah, I like The Barge. I like Mary J. Blige. All 80s R&B was dope. 90s R&B was dope. Neo Soul is dope. And then after the early 2000s, it went away. Jay-Z was never good. He was always gross. P. Diddy as well. I only like the tribute to Biggie because Sting sang part of the song. It was Sting's song. He made sure he was on there. That was his song. I wonder how much money he made off of it. So El can put a ring on it. Nah, he don't need to put a ring on it, but he's attractive. Like now, no. No. His kids sing now though. His daughter and what's the other one? James DeBarge, his daughter too. But their music hasn't gone anywhere. Biggie, Tupac sample all their music. Yep. A lot of artists, not just Biggie and Tupac, a lot of them. Because when I saw his daughter that was singing, I think it was on TikTok, she was telling El DeBarge as her father, and she was like, "Look, Daddy, they're playing your music to this song," and it was a hip hop R&B song. So yeah, I think they're the most sampled. I think the Barge Boys look gay. When I look back at how they had them in the 80s, Blood Moon, yes, I was like, who? Why did they agree to Christina and that's James DeBarge's daughter, Irby. I'm talking about Elle's daughter too. I didn't know this back then. I guess because we didn't look at it like that, but looking back now, I'm like, they look, no, the way they did their hair and everything, they just did too much. I don't know why they didn't protest it. Like, no, I'm not going. That make me look like a man. Just because you pretty don't mean you gotta look pretty, you know. That was a bit much. Blood Moon, one of them were Bobby DeBarge was bisexual. That's the one that they put it out there. You know why they put it out there like that? Because they put the documentary on their life. That's why they put it out there like that. But all this L hate. Do you look like El DeBarge, Roy Chess? I'm trying to figure out what Roy Chess' biracial butt looks like. I'm trying to picture Roy Chess. Blood Moon, what does Roy Chess look like? He's fine now though, Blood Moon. Like he doesn't look. Yeah, I don't want to say that other word, but he doesn't look like that anymore. Now he's aging gracefully. He looks like, you know who he looks like? But a better looking version. What's the name of that actor from back in the 30s? The one that was in Gone with the Wind. He looks like him. He favors him. But Elle looks better, but he favors him. And considering that he did so much drugs and all that and has such a hard life, he's aging gracefully. He doesn't look bad. He is pasty and looks like it. Nah. Oh, Clark Gable, yes. No, he looks good now, Blood Moon. You have to look at him. He looks good. He's always been pasty. I mean, he's been pale. But yeah, Clark Gable. Yeah, he favors Clark Gable a little bit. Yep. 3 more minutes. 90 segundos. No, 120. 180. I've been horrible at math. So people, we're gonna run over the fighter stream. If he's still on, I'm gonna run over his stream and listen to it till I fall asleep. You need to watch Unsung. I watched it already. I saw it, Irby. I saw Unsung and I saw that awful Lifetime movie with those ugly ass wigs that they made him wear. Like, dude, even the guy that played Bobby had the same hair texture as Bobby. Like, why couldn't he just grow out his hair and use his hair, his own hair? It was horrible, but he did a good job playing him, but it was horrible on there. Well, then I mean, Roychest is pasty. Oh, okay, LOL. Eldebar still looks fine, but I think, yeah. They were a talented family. Every last one of them. It's sad though, Irby. You know why? They were talented, but look, it's like God got to give you something, right? Because they went through hell. And the sad part is that the mother knew about it. Somebody said that the other day on a stream that when that's happening to kids and it's one of the parents that the mother always knows he is bald. No, Roychest is bald. Oh no, pasty and bald. That's not a good look. Is he skinny, short, fat, slim? What else, Blum? I'm trying to get a visual of Roychest. The mom had self-hate issues. She sure did. I'm not bald. I have a forever hairline. Word? Yeah, right. Roychest, you got curly hair? Straight hair? Do you look biracial, Roychest, or are you white passing? The guy who couldn't grow his hair. Yes, curly hair. Okay. Ooh, how tall are you, Roychest? Blood Buddha, is he short and fat? I look biracial. Oh, okay. So people walk up to you and speak Spanish, right? Hi, Roychest. I get mistaken too as Latino all the time. Yeah, I figured that. His hair looked like a wig in the picture. Who, Roychest? That was Prince. If you're talking about Roychest, you're 5'9". Irby, I thought you said you were taller than that. Yes. 5'11". Oh, okay, you're kind of tall. All right. He has a forever hairline. He looked like Prince and El DeBarge in a bone. In the picture, Prince and El DeBarge together. That means that he looks like a yag. They both look, you know. Who? 101. Well, people, skinny. Oh, okay. 5'11", the skinny Lord with a forever hairline. And he gets mistaken for Hispanic. People, it's been real. I'm going to look like Michael from Good Times. You do? Michael from Good Times? Man. No, I'm not skinny. Oh. You're heavy set. You're husky. Good night. Yeah, good night, everybody. I'm going to shut it down. I'm about 215. 5'11", 215. That's not bad, Roychest. Okay. Got some meat on your bones. So, Roychest, thank you so much for stopping by and giving me a run for my money. You drove me a little bit crazy, husky. Okay. Blood Moon, Irby, IBM, Nicole, Ohead, Hood Therapy, Randy Jean. Who else came here? Lord, Sundown, Robert. I don't know who Robert is. Who else was here? I know I'm forgetting somebody. I said Irby already, right? Blood Moon, all of you guys. Okay, whoever I forgot, I don't mean to, but it's been real. I'm getting sleepy anyway, so that's why my brain is like drying out right now. But thank you so much for stopping by and spending some time with me here to talk about this. I'll try to have a happy topic next time. Not nothing that's going to put people to, I think I'm larger than Fighter. Really? Okay. Well, but now the Fighter's slim Jim right now. But anyway, thank you, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully the next time I go live won't be too far from today, and hopefully I'll have a better topic. Maybe I think I'm gonna try to do a conspiracy theory thing. I'm gonna try to test out the YouTube Vertigo Live and try to do something with about the drones and those stupid orbs. So thank you everyone for stopping by. It's been real. Go to Fighter Stream and have a good night. Thank you everybody. Bye-bye.